How am I already underwater?
I'm in the same boat.
I'm in an actual boat. Because I've been using Grammarly's AI for years to keep me high and dry. Try it. Grammarly can point out what's missing. Right there. The CEO will want to see a deadline.
Oh.
And here you should connect the projections back to company strategy.
Yeah. Mia, can you do a deep dive?
On it. 10% higher revenue by next year.
I'm sending it in.
Budget and headcounts are approved.
Download Grammarly for free.
Fly in the coop, but I need some more. Your antics make me bored, cause I just came around to say hello. Oh, oh, oh. I just came around to say hello. Oh, oh. Say hello.
Hello, Moto.
You know, I was watching this video earlier, and it said, "How old are your eyes?" And it had this little ball bouncing around inside of a circle, and the ball just kept getting smaller and smaller. And I didn't even realize that it didn't tell you how you're supposed to gauge how old your eyes are. Either way, everybody's eyes were pretty much like 5 years old or better. So, yeah, that was a waste of my time. And everybody in the comments said it was a waste of patience. Anyway, how are you guys?
You got old ass eyes.
First of all, I'm blind. So,
Or young ass
and
eyes.
I'm not going to blame that on being old or anything like that. I've been blind since I was 7. I used to read in the dark, and all of a sudden my eyesight went nah. That V sounds like I read it.
Hey, you wear glasses, Tom?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I wear contacts. That's why. Nobody's really seen me with glasses.
I can't do the whole.
Like say glasses like they're like with the glasses that the man wants you to think are real. Like
Glasses.
It's like, did you know that glasses are a scam?
Glasses.
look, big glasses want you to think you need glasses to
What?
correct your vision.
Well,
What?
you
What
know
there is?
that there's only one company that makes eyeglasses in the first place.
Luxottica. They own literally all the glasses makers.
You're wrong. AstraZeneca. I don't know. They don't make glasses. They're just a weird company name, so I just popped them in this.
But you're wrong. There is big glasses. It's called Luxottica. Go look it up.
Lens Crafters is trying to keep you blind.
That's
You
through
gotta
them
open-
too.
You gotta open up.
Yo, that's crazy that they let them buy up so much stuff and no politicians are like, yo, that seems kind of wrong. Isn't that kind of like a monopoly? They're just like, who cares?
Like
They own all
worldwide,
the glasses manufacturers.
worldwide, big glasses is just out to get you. Out
Exactly.
to get you.
To be fair, it's also along the same lines of like luxury clothing is almost owned by one whole company. So like Gucci, Prada, I think Armani, I think they're all almost owned by one single company now, which is wild. So anytime you go to get some Gucci or some Prada or some Louis Vuitton, well, no, I think Louis Vuitton is still. Are they still personally owned?
No, I think Louis Vuitton is the main company. It's like Louis Vuitton.
That bought them out?
No, I'm saying like it's the main parent company, and that
yeah.
is Louis Vuitton, and they own all like a lot of smaller brands.
Yeah, it's some French family that owns like a good 80% of all luxury clothing brands. That I found out. Crazy work.
All the monopolies.
Perfectly legal, apparently. Allegedly, I guess if you pay off the right politicians, it's legal. We're not a political podcast, by the way. Just saying. Just stuff I know.
I mean, we are not political, but we will be talking about something that is technically geopolitical tonight. So, just want to kind of prepare everybody because I know not everybody gets into political talk. But
get some real geopolitical
it actually
talk.
has a impact on the gaming industry. So we just want to kind of touch on it and prepare you for what's coming, but we'll save all of that news for later. In the meantime and in between time, I just want to take an opportunity since we have whatever stragglers are going to be coming in later, but I just want to take the time to say welcome to Start Button Live. I'm King Anarchy. Here with us we have Raijin and we have Hustle. We are going to be your wonderful and glorious hosts, and we might actually have a little bit of a surprise guest with Mr. Token coming back. It depends.
You called him a guest and he's a co-host.
I mean, he's back to guesting status, bro. He's not in main show status.
It's the fact you called him.
He's a feature now. Because
he's
it is what it is.
He's a feature. What are we, a rap group? Is it a song we put down?
SG Token.
It's not a It's not a bug. It's a undocumented feature.
Tokens DLC.
APOC said, "Is he off layaway now?"
He's part of the season pass, so you have to go buy the Start Button season pass to get access to Token. Y'all are getting a preview tonight.
We got battle passes now. Bet. All
Yep,
right.
we got battle passes. Previous season battle pass was time traveling, but he's not in this season. Maybe
Yep.
one day we'll actually sort ourselves into seasons or something. You have the season of Blicky.
Man, that was
Sometimes we might get a
man. That was
might get a
awesome.
Solidus feature or something.
no, that was just a random guest star in like old sitcoms, like when he showed up and then like get the laugh track going on. It's like,
Oh,
I
like
was
when you
just
have
chilling,
Waldo,
like,
Geraldo, Faldo show up in Family Matters.
Yep.
or-
He's like,
whatever.
I was just chilling. Yeah. The
That was a
classic.
specialty skin. That was a crossover skin.
It's a crossover.
We don't we don't have the licensing rights to Blicky.
That's crazy. Nah, but shout outs to my boy Blicky. You know what I'm saying? He going
That ass. Come back, bro.
whatever he going through. You know what I'm saying?
Miss you.
I can't say that it's not partially my fault. So it is what it is.
What did you do? Get him in the cards?
No,
Oh. Okay. He said I can't say it's not partially my fault. I was like, oh, you got him hooked on trading cards, didn't you?
nah. We all. It's actually partially all of our fault. If you want me to be honest with you.
What did I mean to that?
You in there too. You
What'd
in
I
there
do?
too. He brought us an issue and we told him what we thought that he should do. And he did it. And so what he's going through is a consequence of what has done.
Oh.
Okay.
My name is Paul. That's between y'all. It's like-
Anyway, that's another conversation for another time. I'll talk to you guys later about it if you actually
Alright.
care to know. But
I do care to know because apparently I'm part of the problem. Like,
well, we never said it was a problem. It's probably part of his liberation, of his everything. You know what I mean?
oh,
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna say that we put batteries in the back, but
shout outs to the bull.
when we're asked for our opinions, we do like to at least tell our friends what it is that is going to be the best option for them in whatever situation that they're going through. Not always do we have the number one most popular opinion, but 9 out of 10 times what we say is what makes the most sense to us, and that should be how it is.
We're usually pretty spot
If you're
on.
not my friend,
Let's-
I'm not even going to offer my 2 cents. If you want.
But let's keep it a stack. We are pretty spot on with our advice.
I mean, usually, yeah.
We're pretty good on that one.
Usually. But I'm just saying that.
pretty good at a success rate.
Yeah.
That start button column coming soon.
Yeah. So, we're gonna start us off tonight with our regular and random. It's not random. Our regular and random question of the day, but it's completely not random and it's completely written out, and I thought of it earlier. I was actually having a conversation with one of our good friends in the collective Facebook, and so we had a conversation because Monster Hunter Wilds is coming out, and it put a thought in my head. With Monster Hunter Wilds coming out, as you know, on the consoles, this game is going to be 30 FPS in quality mode, 60 FPS in performance mode. Okay. Now, when you're doing PC, it pretty much varies based upon obviously what your hardware can handle. But the consoles are pretty steady, and we're talking PS5, Xbox Series S and X running at 30 or 60. So, with the release of the PS5 Pro, and with us being in this Xbox Series era, having high-end consoles and PCs, with all of this beefed up hardware, would you rather your game have better graphics or better frame rate?
Better frame rate.
Yeah, like better frame rate. Just like janky frame rates, like mess with my eyes too much. Like I can't like it's hard for me to focus and stuff like that. Like if I can get it, like if it's not at least a solid 30, because if it's like, or at least I obviously prefer 60, but if it can say solid 30 and not jump to like down to 15 or like 22 and keep fluctuating between that, like, and as long as I can keep that solid rate, then frame rate's better.
So, would you actually use a quality mode where you're going at 30 frames per second, but you're maximizing your graphics?
No.
Or would you most likely use the 60 FPS mode?
Most likely the 60 FPS mode. I think the only game I can get away with that 30 FPS where it doesn't bother me like that is like a Souls kind of game, because most of those ran at 30 FPS for so long, and I got so used to playing it like that. But obviously, Elden Ring plays at 60. That's like the first console when it plays at 60 and stuff like that. But yeah, like I could play games like that at 30 and it won't bother me too much. But other stuff like that, nah. Like a fighting game, like obviously has to play 60. Usually, most fighting games are developed with like we have to hit 60 FPS. That's usually what most developers be saying. But other games, if they can't be hitting 30 or 60, that's a problem.
Okay. So
A wise man once said 30 frames per second is not very playable. 60 is playable, but it's not ideal. I think there's truth to that. Because hear me out.
before
Especially when
you
it comes
get
to, like,
that far
multiplayer-
into it, I think that you would be the perfect person for me to ask this question to, because it's going to factor into that. For those who don't know, can you explain what FPS is?
Oh, it's frames per second.
Yeah, but can you break down the frames per second? Like
Okay, the frames per
definition of
second
frames.
is the frame rate in which your game runs, right? It's what you're visually seeing. So, film in TV, I believe, is 24 to 30.
24.
24.
24 frames per second for TV.
All TV is filmed in 24.
Which is fine. Because if you ever look up what 60 frame per second movies look like, it's incredibly fast. It's very jarring and honestly gives me motion sickness when I've seen the 60 frame per second clips. Like, I watched the Avengers battle in 60 frames. Oh my god, there's so much going on so quickly that your eyes start hurting from watching that.
You probably get nauseated.
Exactly. Now, when it comes to video games, it's a very different thing. 60 frames is fine because at that point, it's like the context in which, like, depending on the type of game, the frame rate sometimes dictates the contact between when you press a button to the action that happens to the contact of that action happening to either an NPC or an actual player. Like if you're playing, like, let's say a first-person shooter, you want to have 60 frames per second. Your shots are landing where they're supposed to land. Typically, usually, if it's at 60 frames per second. If you're playing 30 frames per second, like this is more so a problem I'd say on PC than it is on console. So let's say if you're on PC, most people are playing at 60 frames per second, but you're playing at 30 frames per second. You are visually seeing things slower than everyone else. Your computer is actually operating the game slower than everyone else. So they're basically lighting you up. And what you're seeing is usually somewhat delayed between the reaction times. So you're playing at a disadvantage when you're playing in a low frame rate. It's the same thing that I think in terms of like big skill games, like let's say Monster Hunter, right? Playing at 60 frames, you're able to catch up with the action that's going on screen at the same time. You're able to react better. When it's at 30 frames, the reaction's a little slower between that attack to what you're seeing because you're literally seeing the game slower. The way we see the world, like if you're just everyday life, right? If I'm looking at my hand like this, say 60 frames. We see the world in 60 frames. So when we're seeing a game that's in 30 frames, you're actually seeing something slower than what your actual perception of the world actually is.
You're basically watching it in the past.
Yeah, you're watching it in slow motion technically. For some reason that doesn't work the same way with movies. I think it's because like the way that movies are filmed, it's supposed to the way that
It's cinematic.
it's cinematic and it's static. It's controlled motion. Whereas games, you actually get to move the camera around and all that stuff. You can
Mhm.
control the angles. You get to control how fast you're swinging the camera around. A movie doesn't have that. A movie, you're basically locked into however the camera angles are focused, how fast they pan the camera around, and all that stuff. So at 60 frames, if you were to watch a movie at 60 frames, you're probably gonna feel a little motion sickness because the camera's just swinging around, going this way, that way, up, down, all that stuff. I encourage you, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go look up movie in 60 frames per second on YouTube. Preferably if you have like a computer that can actually handle that. You can usually just watch it like 1080p for most people, I would think, if you have a decent computer. Like 1080p, 60 frames per second, and YouTube does support 60 frames per second. Go watch that, and then go watch it how that same scene and how it's regularly filmed, and you will see a drastic difference between the two. That's the best way I can try to explain it.
So to carry on your point further, as far as why you would choose a better frame rate over more graphics.
Why I would choose a better frame rate over more graphics? I care more about performance than I do graphics. Like, we're at the kind of apex now of like, this is as pretty as stuff can kind of get, right? And I'm over the incredibly textured details and the lighting and all that stuff. I just want a solid 60 frames, bro. Like, I don't care. Like, I have fun with Rise. Rise is not a visually impressive game. Monster Hunter Rise is very.
I mean, it was made for the
last
Switch.
gen.
Of course, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's very last gen.
probably
It's very
a
old
720p
hardware.
game.
Like, let's be real. The Rise fits better probably on like the PS3 360 in terms of, we're talking about hardware comparison, right? It's like 360, PS3, Switch type hardware. I'm fine with that because it plays at 60 and up. Mine plays like 140 frames per second. And that is fantastic when you're in the middle of a hunt with other people online and you fighting against something like, let's say, like Lucent Nargacuga, who moves very fast and very quickly and can disappear and reappear. And I don't feel like I'm missing any of my hits when I'm playing something at a high frame rate for like something like Monster Hunter. When it was like the lower frame rates, like the 30 frames, it felt like I was literally missing my attacks, and the attacks that I was seeing, it felt like there was a delayed reaction between the two. So for me, I prefer performance over visuals. I'm gonna be real with you. I can play a game that don't look all that impressive, but got a solid 60 frames per second. I don't need the ray tracing. I don't need the path tracing. I don't need all that extra bells and whistles that, like, ooh, look at the volumetric lighting and the smoke details. I don't care about that. I don't.
I have a good follow-up question to that, but let me just ask everybody else what they feel about graphics versus performance.
I mean, he kind of said the point I was going to say before. Like, I think I've said this before in our past episode. Like, we're not getting significantly better graphics wise, like, until we get crazy. Next step is, like, I guess, full on crazy augmented reality, virtual reality, like advanced virtual reality, stuff like that. Graphics, that's really the next step graphically I can think of. But as far as visuals in the game, I mean, like, there's not a lot of games that are gonna be looking better than like Horizon Forbidden West or like Cyberpunk, or, I mean, like, as bad as Starfield is, it's a good looking game. Like we're not gonna get much better than it like that.
I mean, we might get Starfield on PS5.
I mean,
that's guaranteed. Actually,
yeah, I still haven't actually beaten that game.
I will tell you what's a visually impressive game that people are probably gonna poop on it. Outlaws is actually very visually impressive. Like, if you actually sit down and play
Outlaws
that,
what?
Star Wars.
Star Wars Outlaws.
Yeah, Star Wars.
There's a lot going on in that game, considering how it's a big open world Star Wars game. Which,
Well, instead of going back to Outlaws, then I think that we should flash forward to Assassin's Creed Shadows, because that should be as equally visually impressive if they've gotten the minor bugs and glitches out that happen visually.
I mean, visually, the clips I've seen in the game, like the more recent stuff, like the past couple weeks, it looks great visually.
Yeah,
but, like, definitely looks better than Valhalla.
They never really made an ugly looking. Let's be real. They've never made an ugly looking Assassin's Creed game. They've all been pretty impressive. Like I was just playing Origins. I was like, damn, for a game that's like that old, this still looks impressive.
Yeah,
All the stuff that's happening in that game at the same time and how big the world is of ancient Egypt. I'm like, damn, they really cooked with that one. No, for real. Like that.
I
game-
haven't played it. I haven't played it yet, so I
So
wouldn't have
that
an opinion on it.
transition into that style of Assassin's Creed was actually really, really good because I didn't play that one, but I did play Assassin's Creed that was in Sparta.
Valhalla.
yeah, that's
not Valhalla. Odyssey. Jesus.
Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey.
Yes. Like I was like, oh, I'm a Spartan. You telling me that I get to be a Spartan assassin? And I get to 300 kick people? Yeah, I'm good.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
we got
I was
this.
gonna say.
We
You
got
get to
this.
kick people in that hole.
I don't know about
Technically,
the
you don't get to
hole.
do
You
it
gotta
as
find
fast
the
as-
hole first, but I get to kick people in the middle of a fight.
Yeah.
Can you
like
imagine
straight
just
up
picking up
chest
your
kick.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
out of there.
That's probably satisfying as hell.
Have you
I
played
mean,
the game?
technically, you're not an assassin in
No, I
that because you
haven't.
don't get the hidden blade.
True.
Oh, you don't wait, what?
Yeah, there's no hidden blade in Odyssey. There's a
Weird.
DLC story about it, but you don't get one,
Oh wow.
which was weird because that's like a mainstay of the series.
It is. That's like a staple mark of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it made the like it was one of the coolest weapons that's ever been. Let's be real. We're talking about top video game weapons and most iconic weapons and what was like, I guess, genre defining / iconic, right?
The
It's
hidden
like the
dagger,
hidden blade is one of them. The
Mm-hmm.
Buster Sword is another one. The Masamune is
Yep.
another one.
Yep.
The Master Sword is another one too. Samus's arm cannon is another one. Let's see what else.
Mhm.
Is.
Mega Man's arm.
Mega
cannon.
Man's
Thank
Buster is
you.
another one.
Mega Man's Buster.
Zero
I knew
Z-
you was waiting on it.
Hold on. Zero Z Saber is another one.
Oh,
Yep.
facts.
These are iconic weapons that you just like, damn.
Like you,
I can't
like
imagine
you,
any other game having that. I can't imagine no other game
Exactly.
having a hidden blade other than Assassin's Creed. When you think Assassin's Creed, you think, oh, someone has a hidden blade.
No.
probably
When
gonna
you
be-
think when you think Hidden Blade, you think Assassin's Creed. Like any game that would
Yeah.
have Hidden Blade, any game that have a Hidden Blade, you have any kind of hidden assassination tools. You'll think Assassin's Creed because
Yeah.
they started that.
Yeah, and now and then the evolution of the hidden blade from how it goes from like the first initial one to now every single version of Assassin's Creed that we have kind of has a hidden blade that is crafted in the same way of the culture that is within that game. So if it's like a Japanese character, which we've already seen, her hidden blade is literally a tanto attached to it. So so it can slide out and she can use it to like stab someone down, but it's a tanto. No other assassins.
For those who
prior
don't
to
know what a
Assassin.
tanto is, so in Japan, especially in the samurai days, when you have a samurai sword set, it's usually 3 different blades. So you have your long sword, which is your katana, and then you have your short sword, which is your wakizashi, and then your tanto is actually almost like it's a shorter sword than a
Almost a
wakizashi. So
dagger.
it's almost like a combat knife.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a dagger.
Tanto is
It's
the
almost
size
like
of
a
knife,
dagger.
it's about this big. And so yes, but usually when you would see samurai
Senpuku.
walk around with 2 weapons at their hip, you would have the 2 weapons being the katana and the wakizashi. They didn't usually carry around the tanto because that would be too much on that hip and too many different weapons that they could grab. So this main character having a tanto actually built in as a hidden blade means that they can actually have a blade that's approximately the size of their forearm, maybe a little bit shorter, that's going to shoot out and it won't hinder or impede and yet still be just as deadly. Carry on.
But that was like one of the honestly like them incorporating the like culture of each era that they were in into how they were gonna, world build and like character build the assassin, and to go into fine detail, like Tone said with the Tonto. That is by far, like, I love when they cherry pick so well with details, but it comes out so well.
Oh yeah, you can actually get a replica of Nanaue. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Nanaue, right? You can get a replica of her hidden blade, like literally right now, like
For how
$90.
much? Oh wow.
Like 90
From
bucks.
where?
You can see the full details of it. It's actually beautiful looking. Like this thing is like straight up a work of art.
Ooh, that sounds like something I'd mount up.
Yeah, it's still in stock.
So to keep going with frame rate versus quality or graphics. First of all, you guys have pretty much all mentioned that we are in an age where the games aren't going to get that much better. Now, one thing I will say is that when we see games that are ugly, that are not graphically impressive, we complain. When we see games that are maybe not graphically impressive, but they move very fast, they have a high frame rate, we still might complain a little bit. When we see games that are really graphically impressive, but they only run in 30 frames, we also complain. Path tracing, ray tracing, all of this extra tracing and all of these extra bells and whistles that these console makers are throwing in are increasing the prices of our consoles. The PS5 Pro sold for $700. Why do we need this? Why are they putting this in if we don't need it? If all we want is more frame rate, then why are they putting it in?
Because it's not about what we want.
Is that?
I didn't mean
Maybe
it.
we
I
don't
mean,
know
I
what
don't.
we want.
I don't mean to sound like that, but it's just
I
like
mean,
No, it's the truth though.
I mean, nobody
Maybe
knows.
we don't know what we want. Maybe we're stupid.
You're not wrong either. He said nobody knows what we want. It's like, yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. You're not gonna find
Oh
consistent
no,
answers.
I was saying we. I wouldn't say we. I was like, people in general don't know what they want.
yeah, let's go
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
because, like,
I
let's
don't
be
even know
honest,
what I
like
want to eat most of the time. So
most, yeah, I was going to say
Respect.
most people on average. I won't say average people. I'm gonna say most people on average, because everybody has a tendency to do this, are indecisive. Like most people are indecisive for the most part. Like okay, so there are some things that you are literally not gonna budge on. You won't move on it. Like
Like what?
Hustle said, frame rate. Like if it's a
But
good
you will
game,
move on
if it's a
frame
good
rate.
title,
But you will
uh,
move on frame rate.
No, I won't. Oh, ha. Ba-ba-dum.
I hate you.
This
I
guy.
hate you.
Well, no, but my point I was actually making
I set
was
that up.
if
I
all of the
set that
games
up.
were literally now transitioning back to 30 frames, you don't have a
Mhm.
choice. You're gonna
I
play
mean, yeah,
something.
you wouldn't.
You're gonna move into what the industry allows you to move into. So
I
if
mean,
they're
but
gonna
that's the
allow
thing, though.
us to move into
That's because you're
120,
being
then
bottlenecked,
we're gonna move into 120. TVs are typically maxing out at 60 frames. Now they're starting to add in 120 hertz TVs. Mind you, let
Mhm.
me also add in for any gamers who play on consoles. When you purchase a TV, hertz translates into FPS or frames per second. So I don't know why they call it hertz on TVs and they call it FPS on your games. But
Mhm.
if you have a TV that can do 120, then your game console 120 hertz. That means it would match if your game console was pushing 120 frames per second. So we're gonna try to educate you so that we're not losing you and
So-
speaking in different.
So back in the day,
Right
still to
terms.
this day, the hertz terminology was used for like just same. Literally, it literally meant the same thing as FPS. How many times the screen could refresh? But
Yes.
Mhm.
people weren't really talking about frames like that. So you're talking about a damn picture frame or frame on a video camera. It was like they just went by the electrical terminology.
Electronic terms.
Yeah,
Yes.
so by hertz,
Yeah.
which is
But-
fine.
Yes. So now, again, we're only going to move into what the games will allow us to move into. If a game is only going to allow us to play 30. We're going to play 30. So we're going to take whatever they give us. Like if all of the games just started going max pretty and minimum performance, we don't really have a choice. We just going to accept that everybody else is on minimum performance too. And when it comes down to competitive gaming, as long as they're on that minimum performance, then we're good.
Yeah,
I don't want anybody to be able to see me come around a corner before I can see them coming around a corner.
Right,
If I have
right.
to play a game in 540 frames per second at maximum
Christ.
ugly, then I'm going to play a game at 540 frames per second at maximum ugly, because once I see that little block start peaking, I'm going to shoot.
True. But
True,
to
yeah.
add on to what you're saying, it's like a clear example of the industry doing what it wants, pushing it the way it wants to, is this
Mhm.
big emphasis on Unreal Engine 5.
Oh
Unreal
yeah.
Engine 5 is like, yeah, it's visually impressive, but that I have not played an Unreal Engine 5 game that actually had good performance.
Yeah. Because that's because
Still
Unreal
haven't.
Engine 5 is solely focused on graphical perfection and
It's
advancement.
got the most inconsistent frame rates I have ever seen for an engine. Like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, First Descendant is visually impressive, but it runs like dog shit. Straight up.
We got Black Myth Wukong though.
That's true.
Hey, that's true. That's true.
Was it running at
But
60?
but wait, no, yes it was.
Yeah, that was
Yes, it was.
Usually running 60 up.
But that's because Black Myth will come. Okay, you also have to think about the fact of like who's making these games and
True.
how much
True,
time
it
are they
is on-
cooking these games.
Yeah, you're
Next
right.
time.
Also, Marvel Rivals Unreal Engine 5, I believe.
Yeah, true. I mean, it does have some performance issues too, but I
But
think
it's not.
because-
But it's nothing as major as for you to want to set it on fire.
No. I still get like 100 frames per second on
First
Bioware.
Descendants, when I started playing it, it's like I started playing it solely at first. I won't even lie, because my homeboy showed me some of the graphics on it, and I was like, "Hey, this is pretty lit." And then I started playing it, and I was like, "It's okay." It keeps reminding me of
Warframe.
yes, it kept reminding me of Warframe and Destiny. Like it reminded me of both of them at the same time. And then when I was
And
playing, I was like,
That's essentially what it is.
And
and
none
I
of
was
the
like,
lore
it's
out of the
pretty-
two of them either.
yeah, like it fell short of both. Like you took elements of
That's
both.
usually what
and then
happens when you
fell
rip
short.
something and then, make a Frankenstein.
Bro,
Yeah.
to
Except,
tag on to what
except
Toku's
I'll
saying.
still, if you say that, I can say, bro, I downloaded Wuthering Waves on the PS5 just because I could, because I haven't been playing on my PC, and it's awesome.
But I think you'll agree with me. I think you'll agree with me on this, because I think me and you have like the same feeling about First Ascendant.
So
Visually impressive, but it has no
Mhm.
soul to it.
It
It's got
doesn't.
No
It
soul.
doesn't.
at
The
all.
missions feel like it feels like they're giving me a task to do. I don't have enough time to go really grind to do the task that I need to in a more efficient way. Some of these tasks you cannot do without a team, and I know it's an MMO, but there are a lot of MMOs that I can play that I can just straight solo any quest that I want, as long as I'm competent enough to do so and my
Throne
team
and
is
Liberty?
skilled enough to do so.
Ooh.
Shut up. I said there
That
are
was
some.
not.
I never
That
said
was
all
not
of
a.
them.
That is not a good game, bro.
It also
don't
isn't a
think-
good example.
Okay,
I mean,
no,
I don't
I'm not
think
gonna
it's
say
like
it's
a
not a
bad
good game.
actually. Like I haven't dug into it, but like here's the thing with Throne and Liberty, everybody is expecting normal style video game, right?
Mhm.
If
It's
you
anything
compare
but.
it to 85% of the MMOs out there,
It's nothing like.
it's on par, if not better. Name 5 MMOs worse.
I don't know about that.
Name 5 MMOs worse.
Worse?
Worse? Oh, there's a lot of worse.
Yeah.
Name 5 better.
You
I'm
mean
just
name
saying-
5 better? Okay, I was like,
Name 5
I was
better.
gonna say, yeah.
Wow,
wow,
14,
14,
Blade Soul.
Blatant Soul,
Blatant Soul,
New
yeah.
World is Guild Wars 2. Like,
Are we really using New World?
Wild
New World,
Star.
I
New
would
World was
still-
a failure
I would,
for how long?
PSO.
that game had
PSO does
solid-
not count because PSO is not better.
New World had a solid.
No, I
like,
said
year,
worse.
and then
PSO was
it
worse.
just spiked
It
at
had
the end of
better.
the expansion.
Yeah,
That's
PSO
true.
was worse. It had a good start.
New
but then
World's
it
actually
spiked a lot.
getting its player base back because of the new
Getting.
expansion that came.
New World took how long to fix whatever they had their problems at?
Mhm.
Throne and Liberty can fix exactly the same problems because the main problem with Throne and Liberty was the clunkiness in the combat and the
I was gonna
transformation.
say, can it fix that buns ass combat? Because
But you threw WoW up there.
WoW has better combat.
WoW has better combat. WoW has had an established combat for over 20 goddamn years, and they haven't changed
20
much
years
of it.
of established combat
Yes.
versus something that
If
is
it
actually
ain't-
trying to go with live combat.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's trying to go with live combat, and it fucked up and had to fix it.
And also, better combat don't always make a better game. Look at fucking Terra. That game had some of the best MMO combat out there.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
And it has some of the best graphics. I
But
will not
that-
lie.
But there are
Yeah.
also games with not so great combat that are also considered great games.
I was gonna
If we're
say.
gonna talk about- hold on. If we're gonna talk about the best combat in MMO, let's be real. It's Black Desert. That does have some of the, if not the
I
best
agree.
combat
I'll agree
system.
with that. I'll agree with
Everything
that.
else
Guess
in that
what?
is like mid.
I'll agree with that. 'Cause
But
as long as
I
you
agree. Black Desert
combat is-
revolutionized
Mm.
MMO combat, and that's why you get Buns combat like Throne and Liberty, because they try to take the Black Desert systems instead of going with the timed whatchamacallit. They try to mix Black Desert and WoW or Black Desert and 14. It don't work the same.
yeah.
And until somebody
Fundamentally,
else
they're
comes
different,
along and
and you're
perfects
trying to
that
mesh 'em.
combat, you're gonna have the same complaint about all of these different MMOs. Because you're either gonna play the ones that are super well established, or you're gonna play Black Desert.
I'll say this much, and I feel like Hustle would agree. A lot of these games that have really trash combat, honestly, I feel like they are using combat systems that don't even agree with the game itself that they're playing. That you're
Why would you
trying
think
to
Hustle would
build.
agree with that? Why
Because
Hustle? would
Hustle
agree
is
with-
because first off, me and Hustle were having a 1-2 tango that was going on with the game.
Oh, so you
First
think that Hustle is on your side just because he agreed
No,
with you? for
no.
a second?
when are you ever on my
mean,
side
that-
unless you trolling me, Tones?
I'm on your side a lot.
No, I said when
How
you're
often
not
do I help
trolling
you
me.
out?
Tone, you are not nationwide, all right?
I'm not what?
You are not nationwide, all right?
Tones,
You
Tones,
are not
you
on that
told
man's
me-
side.
That's crazy.
Trolls,
Tone-
you troll me to oblivion.
Tone's main
Okay.
motto in life, ABT, always be trolling. And I live by that life, and I know it because I live by that damn life too.
It's on
Bro,
his planet.
Tones reminds me of that dude off of TikTok that be like, I am a top tier hater. This is iniquitous work, dubious, nefarious.
Just to confirm what Hustle said, I do have like a little dry erase calendar in my room, but the bottom for like Sunday, like everything Sunday through Monday, it's trolling, but in different languages and fonts that I wrote out. Estoy troleando to troll.
I need you to take a picture of that. and
What's
send that
trolling
to
I
in
will.
French?
What's trolling in French? Actually, let's look it up.
me. Why is that not on the board already? Like
Because
that,
I
Yeah,
didn't.
dead ass.
Because who cares about the French? I'm joking.
I do as of today, considering
I'm
Emmanuel
just joking.
Macron.
Parlez-vous français? Y'all great.
Listen. Mad respect to Macron for like calling out Orange dumbass on his shit today. Macron's like, what?
Well,
Okay,
first
so
of all,
anyway.
I have
apparently
love for the French because I'm Southern. Okay,
so
so
apparently trolling in French is péché à la traînée.
Hmm.
ooh,
It sounds
Oh, you
so
gotta
nice
put
in French.
I know everything
Péché à la
sounds so
traînée.
good.
Like, well, I get the
All right,
joke.
stop.
I thought that's what you were gonna say. Like, you want me to get that crazy with it? Jesus.
Ladies and
So
gentlemen,
much-
no racist.
What?
No racist.
Your everyday
Oh.
French lessons with Pierre Escargot.
No racist. No racist. So,
French.
Americans pronounce it croissant. It's croissant.
and I know we're jumping around a little bit, but I got another, since we talked about Marvel Rivals for a second. And you talked about how good Marvel Rivals is. And I know that we've talked about how good Marvel Rivals is, how successful it is, how popular it is, how it's just still going, how it's retaining its player base. You know, Marvel Rivals almost got canceled and never actually saw the light of day.
But
Honestly, a lot of things that do
glad we don't
really
live in that
well
timeline.
always teeter on the edge of a
I
chopping
mean,
block.
yeah, if we wanna go with that timeline, Marvel Rivals actually almost got axed because of concerns about paying Disney for Marvel character rights. And even though they have seen financial success, of course, we did talk about the US team being laid off. So literally the entire US team is pretty much laid off, and they're actually still having their China team work on content.
Wait, hold on. What was
Okay,
the whole
sorry.
purpose of the of okay, what? Why?
If I was
Oh,
to
you
guess,
weren't here last week.
if I was to guess, most likely the American team did like obviously they, but I don't know all the roles they had there. Probably had some programmers for there too, but it was also probably a lot of localization work for
Uh-huh.
helping to translate it
Mm.
to US and
Oh,
whatnot. Because a lot of
okay.
a lot of companies will hire small teams in different countries like for localization purposes if they don't have people that speak or that language in that
Mhm.
in the company. So
Well, what about if because the US based team was in Seattle, so the entire Seattle based studio was eliminated. But the China based development team is actually working on new playable characters, stages, and things of that nature. So it could have been that the Seattle team was in charge of the overall initial development.
I have another theory too. That this is a comment that I saw somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently, like from what the comment was stating, was that NetEase wants everybody to be working within China, and my theory could be that maybe the people who were working in Seattle got fired because they didn't want to move and relocate, which is the thing. And maybe NetEase was like, because it was like what 6 people, I believe,
between 6 to 10. I've yet to find like a
6 to 10.
concrete number. Like,
which doesn't sound like a full development team for a game like that, right? Like you would think that'd be like
15 to 20.
no, like at least like a couple hundred for that game. At least a couple hundred developers.
not
okay.
at not at every office. Like
Not every office,
maybe a
but
couple
yeah.
dozen. Like in a satellite office.
a decent sized team. So I'm thinking maybe they did offer them possibly. Again, I don't know the details. Possibly they got offered like, hey, can you guys relocate to China to do further development of the game? And then maybe some of them said no.
That's
I mean,
also
well,
we don't know the details.
that does make
all I
sense,
know
'cause
is
when I
that
was,
NetEase was cost cutting, and obviously their headquarters is going to be in China because that's where they're from. So if you're cost cutting, you cut the ones that have the
Workforce.
higher salary that are overseas, and you take care of home first, right?
Mhm.
So that also makes a bit of sense to me as well. So there could be a couple of different factors there, but you know, with their, I mean, again, Marvel Rivals only launched in December, made like $2.6 million.
Jesus.
Yeah. So we're talking from December, like making $2.6 million. And then they said that they saw their profit share fall by about like 2.6%. But again, that's not really anything major. So the game is still considered highly successful. I would imagine that, again, it's just cost cutting because you don't want to stay in the red.
Which also, to add on to that too, apparently DC is also considering, Warner Brothers is considering possibly making a DC equivalent to Marvel Rivals. I would have confidence in that if DC didn't always drop every single game that they put out. Their MOBA, they dropped that. Multiverses, drop that too. What's another DC game?
DC, that DC online.
That's still
I think that's still going.
That's still going.
No, it's still going, but it doesn't have as many updates.
Oh yeah,
as
they
it
barely
used to.
update it.
Yeah,
no,
like
they don't
it's
update that.
they literally gave us a sandbox and was like, we'll check in on you every couple of months.
Yeah, where's Injustice 3? Nowhere to be found. No news. No, hell, the cycle was supposed to go Mortal Kombat Injustice. Bro, they done skipped
Three Mortal
iterations.
Kombats. Yeah,
Yeah,
literally. If
like we're not
You've
getting a
had-
new Injustice. Like, I don't have confidence in WB.
It's been, what,
to
7 years?
actually- Yeah, I don't have confidence in WB to actually keep some kind of DC rivals game afloat because they're just gonna give it up. I don't think it would even last a year because their MOBA didn't last a year. I love that MOBA. I wish it came back.
Infinite Crisis was so much fun.
Yeah, I don't know why they shut the doors on that. Gotham City Imposters. That died after like a couple months.
I give it 4 months. I give it 4 months if they do it.
I think
If they do it,
Gotham
I
City
give it 4
Imposters is
months.
still up, but like that game's been dead for years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that's what they tend to do. Like the same thing. Like I used to play DC online faithfully for like 3 months. Like I was logging in every day after school, after work. I was logging in. I was
So
playing.
it was your Call of Duty.
Basically, like I wasn't even playing League. I was playing DC. And at some point, I got to the point to where it felt like I had nowhere else to go. Like there was nothing more. There were no special events. There were no world bosses. There were no, like clan fighting. Like it just felt dead. The updates were so far and few. Like I was like, yo, it feels like y'all don't give a fuck about this game no more. I'm gonna just go play Warframe or something until y'all update this.
I couldn't get into DC Online because City of Heroes and City of Villains was already out at that point, where it was towards the end of that life, and then they were already working on Champions Online. So it's like I had access to other superhero-based MMOs, which is weird because you would think something that's within DC, like I should gravitate more to that because that's more familiar characters and not characters I don't know that are just original.
Also, somehow they made the combat system from WoW. That's like some people like complain about like worse, and I don't understand how they did that.
Yeah, like
like you somehow made it slower, less flashy, and it's a goddamn DC Comics game. And I was like, yo, this is slow.
Wait, hold on, dog. When they changed the combat system after I tried to I came back a year after they did that, I believe, when they did that combat change. I got off after like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't. And that's, first of all, I only did that because like the first 3 or 4 minutes I spent kind of trying to get my bearings, like, flying and whatnot, or jumping from like, rooftop, and then like figuring out, I'm like, all right, I got to get the buttons and combos back. But then I got into like, all right, let's go do a quest, get my feet in the water.
And then
But I spent like 4 minutes into a mission and I just left.
A token.
What?
Did your hero have a cape?
Not all heroes have capes.
No capes.
The customization in DC Universe Online was also not good compared to like City
It
Heroes.
wasn't.
It
No,
was
no.
very bare bones.
It was bare bones.
That's why I love Champions Online. I remember
Bro.
the first time I got on the Champions Online beta, I was in that character creator for like 2 hours. I was
Bro,
like,
the reason why the character
But
creator
could you say
for that
DC
was
Universe
so
Online was a
lacking.
buns game though?
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
but it's all success.
Yeah,
A
I mean,
lot
it
of
has
buns
its audience.
see success
Listen, there's people who are faithful
to the Sims.
DC Universe Online players that love that game. I am not one of them. It is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But like Keith Lee says, I hope they reach their target audience.
Absolutely.
Yo,
So, what do you think most players prefer? Frame rates or graphics?
most players?
Most players, not us players. Most players.
Most
Your
people
average
are-
player
graphics.
that doesn't look
Graphics.
that far into
Yeah.
Graphics.
the technicals of your game.
The
most
reason
people
why I
like
say
talk-
most players would prefer graphics because most players are already playing on consoles that are already peaked for whatever game that they're about to play. And most of them care about what the game looks like rather than what its performance is.
Keith?
I was gonna say I would agree, but what game was nominated for Game of the Year last year? They don't got no damn graphics.
Electro?
Electro.
Oh.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
People care, like, to me visually, something moving smoother is more
Mhm.
appealing to the eyes than something being prettier. Unless it's a crazy ass leap in graphical quality. Obviously, I'm gonna be like, oh, like imagine like you were in a coma, and like the last game you played was like Mario 64. Then you come back, and then you come back and you play like God of War Ragnarok or like some other crazy nonsense like Max Payne or another one like the new, Ratchet & Clank, the newest one on PS5. Put that on like 4K quality mode and just be like they might just die, like just like have a heart attack. How crazy, like just from the leap of graphics.
Hey, honestly, there's
Listen.
an anime that came out that was like that. It was freaking great.
Listen, I'm about to be old nigga here again. So like I thought there was a huge graphical leap from Sonic the Hedgehog 1 to Sonic 3.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, because
You're not wrong.
when you look
It
back
was-
at Pixel consoles, once they figured out how they could do everything, it got great. I think a crazy comparison, like if anyone ever wants to look up, so look at the sprite quality of Mega Man 8. Look at the sprite quality in Mega Man and Base, which was going to be the last Mega Man game. But the
Mega Man
sprites
Base.
are extremely similar. They're basically the same.
Rockman
Super
and
Nintendo was
Base,
about
baby.
the Super Nintendo basically pulled off the same, almost the same sprite quality the PlayStation game did. Obviously, it didn't have the same animations because system limitations, but they look damn close.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
so once all these pixelated consoles like the Super Nintendo, the Genesis, once they were at the end of their lifespan, they were pulling off some impressive shit. What do you got to say, Tone? What do you got to say?
I feel like he got something to say about the Sega Genesis or the Dreamcast. Like, bro.
Hold on, before
like,
Tone, I just
Bro.
want to add on to what Rigel was saying.
Sega, please bring back a console.
Well, that, yeah, but like to go with what you were saying with Mega Man and Base, Mega Man 8, you have direct comparisons with two characters that were in both of those games, being
Mhm.
Tengu Man and Astro Man. They look
Mhm.
exactly the same. Like I could not tell the difference between the one that was on my Sega Saturn versus Mega Man in Base that's on Super Nintendo.
I tell what you got.
Hey, Hustle, you ready to throw up?
Why would you ask that?
What?
No, did
You ready? You ready?
he about to troll you, dog?
ABT.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 at 120 frames per second.
Oh god!
Oh, oh my god! Yo, the thought of that is
My eyes!
wait.
You found that?
No.
Oh, thank
No,
God.
dog.
It's like, hey, yo.
Hustle. I just thought about 120 frames per second, rolling around at the speed of sound.
Oh my
Your
God,
face is
dude.
so good. Bro, that downhill song.
Your eyes will bleed.
By the way, Sonic 3 is on Paramount Plus for anyone who didn't see it.
Yes, please go
Sonic-
watch that movie.
Sonic 1 and
actually
2
really
are on Hulu.
It's really
weird.
worth it. I'm so serious. It's really worth it. Sonic 3 was
Now,
But no,
peak.
yeah, Sonic 3 is amazing.
I
Keanu
watched
Reeves,
part
baby.
1. I haven't watched part 2 yet, but Sonic
Oh,
1
Keanu
and 2
you
Reeves,
are
gotta
on
watch
baby.
Hulu.
part two.
You gotta hurry up and do it. Keanu Reeves, baby.
Tell me what to do.
Watch it.
You're not a supervisor.
Damn.
Token is already on my list because Token be demanding stuff from me like I don't do my job.
Hey. The only reason why I do that is because I love you, buddy, and I know you do it for me out the kindness of your heart. After you troll me and then make me wish that I didn't ask you, you'd still do it.
All right. That's fair. That's fair.
Them damn emojis, bro. Look like I have seizures.
What?
Yeah, those were because legitimately you asked me to do something that I did last night.
Yeah, I know. That's why I looked through. I was like, before I asked it, and I was like, wait, why did I ask that? I could just go up. And I found I was like, never mind. I got
Even
it.
without going up, it's always pinned. Always pinned.
I swear I never look at the pins.
You should. That's
I
where
know,
all
I
the
know.
important information is,
You need to.
including the link to get in here.
Token be like, what's going on tonight? Like he didn't just see the pin
I'm gonna be real honest with y'all, like that ass.
script.
All my discords are muted until I get added. All my discords are muted because they go off so goddamn.
We're
much.
not in a Discord channel. You mute the that's private chat too.
Yeah.
And then you be confused about what's happening.
I see how this.
Hey, dog, there's
I
so
knew
many.
this friendship was on laneway the whole time. It's all right.
Hey, I told him to go help.
That's exactly how I feel. He's here to make a payment today, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said, featuring Token.
Oh my God.
He's back to featured. He's a guest star.
Lord.
You DLC
Won't be
now.
back next week.
I'm DLC.
Yep.
Yeah, you DLC,
Damn.
bro. You're not even on the
Damn.
main roster. People gotta
Dark-
download you.
Damn, I'm a dark layaway character.
All right. So
You
one more thing. One more question about this frame rate versus
You are Anna Williams.
and it don't even go that hard. We don't go that hard for you to be muting us like that. But anyway, back to the
it's
frame rate
all of
versus
them, dog.
graphics. I don't know. It's unacceptable now.
It's 47 channels.
Oh yeah.
That's your own fault.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
mute the channels. You don't have to mute
I
our chat.
know.
They're different settings. You had to
I
go
know.
into the chat settings to mute it. It's like,
I
Feels
know.
like
There's
you
only
gotta
like
click
25
into
of
your chats,
those.
find us, and then mute us.
homie literally was like,
I think not. Discord.
See, look, it's going off again.
We're important. What are you talking about?
Not you, it's someone else.
It's not you, it's Discord.
I'm just muting it.
So anyway,
I love you guys.
one more question in regards to frame rate versus graphics.
Hmm.
In the year of our Lord 2025,
Now, Mr. Christ. Yep.
why do we have to choose between frame rate and graphics?
Shouldn't have.
Why?
Where's my
Why?
damn soapbox?
Because
these are late now.
bro, I'm telling you, the reason why is because if they gave us everything, we wouldn't fight over nothing. We wouldn't have they wouldn't, bro, if you give people everything that they want, they're not going to sit here and argue over something else. Like, there needs to be competition within the field. So they're going to be like, hey, you could have this or you could have this. And then you have two groups of people fighting over each other, and they're making your product sound better than you trying to make it sound. Then they're going to make them buy it. It's like free
Hey, yo.
publicity.
Yo, how much weed did you smoke before you got on here, bro? Like, dead ass. What was that?
Anyway, back to the real reason is not. No, I've always felt weird about this just because, like, knowing what they're capable of when you see some games and they just choose not to because they have to hit some weird, stupid, arbitrary metric that they set up for themselves.
And then the lizard men.
And then that's right. And then the lizard men come out. Goddamn. No, anyway. Nah. I feel like in most instances, if most developers could just like all agree, be like, hey, like 60, 120 FPS, 1440p. We good? We good?
What you
All right.
great.
All right, cool. We good?
Like, they gave us a PS5 Pro, and I bet you still have to choose between performance and graphics.
I bet.
I think you do
Yeah,
feel like it. And also there are some games that have exclusively different PS5 Pro performance. Like,
I think that you actually might have just pissed somebody off because your camera just went into super soft focus. It was like,
There
all
we
right,
go.
all right, you want to talk about graphics versus performance? We're gonna make sure you move fast, but we can't see you.
You'll get
Somebody-
14 FPS the rest of the shit.
somebody
Oh,
watch
very
this
ass.
FPS.
I mean, Token was moving on 14 FPS before we
Rise
before
is
we got
slid into
started.
720p.
Hey, no,
That's why Token had to
Nvidia,
leave.
bro.
We kicked him out because he was literally, ladies and gentlemen, it was so bad that like he was moving before his voice
He's
would come
resting,
through. And then like he was literally on like 5 FPS. Like he would be like
Frame rate issues.
it looked like he was Mr. Game & Watch. I promise you.
Bro, my screen said packet burst.
He was a slideshow. What the fuck is this? A vignette, nigga?
That's why
big yak.
that's why APOC definitely said, as long as my game ain't a slideshow, I'm good.
Oh god.
What is this, a fucking vaudeville show? The fuck are we looking at?
It's a difference between Star Wars and the Orville. How about that?
Bro, you were literally stop motion.
Phil Spencer said that Xbox is no longer going to try to entice people to come over to Xbox.
Oh, they not gonna steal PlayStation people?
You
No.
already figured that out.
They're not. They're no longer trying to lure players to the Xbox from like the PlayStation. What they're going to do is their resolution is that they're going to bring the games to where they are, which is why going forward in their Xbox presentations and their showcases and things of that nature, they're actually not going to be hiding this PlayStation and Switch logos anymore. They're actually going to share PlayStation and Switch logos on the videos that they put in their showcases.
Well,
I don't
ain't
know
that something?
if
Ain't-
that
wow.
basically means that they're just like, all right, we not going to compete, but why compete when you can just eat a bigger slice of the pie?
Look, all I'm
Those
saying
people
is
who have your pie or your hardware can eat off of your hardware, and then the people who want to be in other places can still get your games in other places. You get more money that way.
Oh man.
I was just gonna say still likelihood's low. But if there's no next Xbox console, prepare to be sick of me. Because everyone said I was crazy. But it seems like that's the direction we going.
I mean, I said that. Yeah. I said it too. I said, what makes me think that they're not going to go the Sega route and just keep making games and no longer make consoles? If the consoles are putting them in the red, then why would they continue to make consoles when they have their Xbox Game Pass service? They have their Xbox Everywhere service already, and they can start putting games on other consoles and literally cake.
You can start putting games on TV.
Time also said that
they already do that.
They get money off of things like peripherals, controllers, and things like that. So there is another stream of income that comes from that.
Don't they have a Xbox Elite controller that's like $130?
Yeah,
all those ones.
That's actually kind of cheap. If you want me to be honest.
Nah, I think it's like 160, 170, but that's still cheaper.
That's still kind of cheap.
That's still cheaper than the DualSense Edge.
Wait, what?
$200.
Yeah.
And that's
Sony tax,
30th anniversary edition. That's $250.
I want one. I can't justify spending $200 for another PS5 controller.
Yes.
Oh boy, no.
Can you imagine that shit breaks?
I can easily buy it, but I couldn't get the.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Can you imagine if that breaks?
If that $200 controller breaks, can you imagine if it broke? I don't know. A button breaks, some shit.
Wait, don't they got like lifetime warranty?
We gonna act like controllers ain't defective ever in life. Oh yeah, he
really bought it. You mother.
He showed it on the show.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That's just a regular controller inside that box.
He doesn't use
it.
He showed this before. What are we talking about?
You really spent $200 on a controller. That's crazy.
So, joystick covers, back switches, or the paddles for the back of the controller. I mean, if a button, happens to mess up, I don't understand how you're missing buttons, but if your joysticks decide that they want to start drifting, you can just, pop out your joystick and pop a new one in. Joysticks are interchangeable and they're $20.
And
$20?
And he'll still get carded on Friday.
Huh?
I said, and he'll still get carded on Friday.
I don't know about who he is, but,
you nigga.
We're not gonna act like I card all the time.
I'm not saying you do. That is a Sandman thing.
Bro, you telling me them doggone joysticks was $20? Like, is that like a pack?
Didn't he card the, what was it?
No,
it was Baroth? Yeah, he carded Baroth.
Yeah, it was Baroth that he carded. Yeah, mid fight. Just not listening and just got like.
You don't gotta take that. Just ask him out of our consistent four who carded the most on Freedom Unite.
I'm not.
Oh wow, that's dirty.
Taking it back.
Oh, that's dirty. Ain't no Freedom Unite days anymore. Now we got the dual joystick era.
Bro, Tones, tell me
We got
tell
we
me
got to take
that
a
them $20
got
is for like a
we got to get
set of
start button back.
joysticks. Like you
No,
buy a set.
it's literally the entire joystick module.
Oh shit.
You literally swap out and swap in the entire joystick module instead of just the joystick cover. So
You're
you're
not paying by the
literally
point.
paying
You pulling
for
the whole
the
module
whole
out.
module
Yeah,
that you can swap in case
yeah,
you start getting joystick drift or if your sticks start messing up or anything like that. So you get
yeah.
brand new, you get a whole
You
joystick
got a
module. And
you
this
get a brand new
here,
whole piece.
this here is a function button. So these are actually function buttons where they say FN on them. So you can program.
Mm.
Oh shit, you got hotkeys and on a fucking
Yes,
joystick.
yes.
We are not paid by Sony, by the way. He bought that with his own money. Sony did not give us shit. I would like it if they did give us free pro controllers, but they're not going to at this point.
Bro, they're not
And
gonna spend $1,000 giving all of us controllers. Even though
so
I
So
have,
if y'all share,
even though
token.
I have spent the last like 300 hours on the PlayStation in the last 2 weeks.
So I take this piece up, this little shiny piece. I take it off. I flip up that little switch. Slide the joystick out.
oh shit. It's like a
Whole
lot.
goddamn module, whole thing, bro. And that's $20 for just that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They come in. Wait, just damn. I bet it's like 35 for a pack of 2.
Maybe.
Oh,
You can get them on Amazon. You can get them pretty much anywhere. But yeah, if you want to, if you're like, oh man, my joystick is drifting a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, if y'all see these on Wish or Temu, don't buy them.
like, I know good and well that I have a couple of spare original controllers for PS4, and I've had to disassemble some and do some joystick maintenance, to say the least. And so this is actually why I have a pro controller, is because, or should I say the DualSense Edge, is because I've already replaced the sensor in my joysticks twice. Just
The
on my
last
left
one?
joystick. Just it's literally only the left joystick that's the problem. So it's literally just the one that moves your character around back and forth. That's where I always get my drift. But also, if your DualSense Edge breaks, that's on you, because they provide you with a cable as well as
Shockproof
a
case.
hard case, so you can just pop the bitch in there and charge it like
oh,
that.
you can charge it in the case.
You can, yes,
That's dope.
yes, you can.
They're like charge it in the
$200, you
case.
better charge it in that damn case.
Yeah,
Additionally,
I'll
there's
buy a lock
also-
for the little zipper so that way kids don't take it out when it's charging.
there's also this little piece in there
What is
that
that?
you get, and it locks and unlocks. And I believe that this piece is so that you can plug in your charger right through here, right through here,
Uh-huh.
and this will lock it in place so it doesn't come loose from the back of the controller.
Huh.
Oh, that's nice. You literally, ooh. This is what I want to hear. Lock my cable in my controller, so if it get kicked, it don't get yanked out the console. Just the console gets
The
yanked
kid-proof
off.
controller.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I love it. I like this.
I'm never going to say that anything is kid proof.
Nah,
Yeah,
no.
no.
They'll find a way to break
no.
something. If they,
Yeah.
if they
But-
if kids want to, they'll break something.
Do I wish the price was lower? Yes. Do I want a black one? Yes. Do I want a 30th anniversary one? Even more.
Bro, listen, that's that Sony tax, bro. You paying that Sony tax because they winning right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
They not winning, they've won, but they've basically won since the PS4 / end of the PS3 era, and Microsoft has never caught traction since then. They've been trying to play catch up, and then at this point in time, they've realized like
You're
people
not
who don't
winning
want
the
an
console
Xbox ain't
war.
gonna buy an Xbox.
You know,
Yep.
you know what Sony's saying right now?
Hmm.
Never punished.
Never lost.
Never.
But-
Wow.
To add on to that too, with all the money that Microsoft spent buying up all these publishers, did y'all really think they weren't going to try to make that money back? How are they supposed to make that money back? By just exclusively keeping their games on Xbox? That's a failed way to do that. Why not put it everywhere? Every single place that you can possibly.
If you buy a whole bunch of studios and then you wanna localize all your stuff to one console, you're doing it wrong. So I agree. Like, but the thing is that you gotta put out games, and I think that as long as Microsoft is going to continue to put out quality games, we don't have a problem.
If you're trying to be a pusher,
what's the last quality game that you have received from a Microsoft studio? Call of Duty, Diablo 4,
Call of
I
Duty.
would say Avowed, but
Avowed.
yeah.
Didn't you just fall through the stage?
Are we talking quality? That's a bug. We're talking like
That's
a
still quality.
game that is on every platform, that is successful, that is
every platform.
Yeah, not just, like, again, you could use Avowed. Use Avowed. I don't know if Avowed is multi-platform yet.
Not yet.
No.
So, but like legitimately, I use Call of Duty and whatchamacallit, whatever else I said. Oh, Diablo 4 because Call of Duty and Diablo 4 because yes, those are Blizzard Activision games. Those are highly successful games. Those are on every platform. Those are both made by a Microsoft-owned studio now. And Microsoft is getting their money because you're still allowing your PlayStation players to get their games. You're still allowing the PC players to get their games on whatever platform it is that they want to get them on. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to just relegate it and lock it down strictly to Xbox. So I think it's smart business. I think that Sony being more open to allowing people to play their games in other places would change the industry because you would lose that I gotta play here tax.
Yeah.
You would
That
create a competition. Like, you would create a competition. Nintendo's not in the competition.
I know. And they're like an anomaly in which they don't have to go.
They're playing their own game with themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because in 2025, in the year of our Lord, 2025, Nintendo is the only console that can get away with running a 720p system.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like in their own league. They're on their own league. Like people always try to say, and somebody caught up. They never did. Like they were up there for a bit, along with quality wise. But as far as like, they didn't even like put any kind of fear in Nintendo to do something crazy. It's like we're gonna release a 720p tablet with 4-hour battery life. You're gonna like it.
Yeah. We all own one.
That's what I mean.
Literally.
That's exactly what I mean. You're gonna like it. It's like,
I know somebody that owns 6.
It's like, come on, man. I want that.
6 switch, like different collector switches. Like I'm hoping, like, yeah, okay, like that makes sense. A collector like that, like a buddy, like
Except
buddy
she plays literally every single one of them.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
you know, I still
Like
got my
if I-
Monster Hunter.
Right.
Yeah, like I ran my.
She be holding them things. She be holding them
I ran
things up
my
like his bills, bro.
I ran my
like-
Zelda 3DS into the ground.
Wait, what?
When Ocarina of Time 3D came out for 3DS, I got the special edition black and gold one. I could probably fix it. It just doesn't boot up anymore. I can.
That's a Monster Hunter Rise one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, mine over here. I got a little Monster Hunter Rise Switch with the little dock. It has the little golden monsters on the dock and stuff.
Yep.
And then hold on.
I wanted to get the Legend of Zelda, the Breath of the Wild.
I had to get that Switch. I had to.
And the Monster Hunter Rise Pro controller.
I didn't
Ooh,
get
nice.
that.
My main,
I should have got
my
it.
main controller for Switch. Particularly like using Joy-Con, so I use this all the time, and this has put in some real work for me on everything except Monster Hunter.
I got the basic Pro.
So I am a collector of peripherals, especially like special ones. So when you hear like a special edition controller coming out, if I can get my hands on it, I will. I don't game as much as I used to because of things, you know, but I do still enjoy gaming and I still like to tinker and I still like and appreciate technology.
Yeah.
Because of my issues is why I went to cards in the first place because ain't nobody just finna sit here bored.
Yeah, facts.
And Token muted me on Discord, so you know.
Oh my
it's not like I
god,
can-
bro! It's
like
nothing
I can-
personal, man.
It's not like we were like, you know, supposed to be doing a show based around anime or anything.
Oh,
It's
my
not like I
goodness.
didn't take that
I was
seriously and start watching like almost
busy.
every anime show that came out per season just so I had something to talk about and could bring a wealth of knowledge and you know,
So
it's fine.
let's say
Oh my goodness.
so let's say since I'm about to get back on you, Token. So let's say in the group chat, Tones has great news for us, and it's just like, yo, we got offered some big deal, and everybody's now like, I don't know, got a salary of like $250,000 a year, and this motherfucker right here just gonna ignore it, not see none of that.
I'm not ignoring it. If y'all do like a at like SG Token or at everyone, then I see it. If I hop on my Discord
First of all, let me explain this. As someone who actually runs a server now, you do not allow everyone to at everyone. I'm not atting everybody.
Nope.
Yeah, true.
We are grown. We are all essentially 30 plus men.
Why you had to look like that?
He had to figure out what your age was.
I mean, I'm flattered. I'm flattered that you think I'm that young. Like that I look that young, and I love that. I love that. I take care of my skin.
Listen. We're lucky we all still look young.
Yeah,
Boy,
literally.
Hold on. Like dead ass.
Who said you look young?
Oh, don't do that now.
Yeah, come on now. Come on now.
I'm just saying, like, I didn't assume your age.
I mean, Hustle out here still looking like he's
I just didn't want to
mid-20s.
disclose that. I just didn't want to disclose that we were all 30 plus.
I was gonna say, speaking of that though, y'all hear about that pilot that got arrested? And then come find out he was like 35 years old, and that dude looked like he was pushing 50. I was like, bro, life and father time whoop your ass. He don't look 35. Bruh. I'm not saying what he got arrested for. Just go look up his picture.
What do they Google? I don't even know what the story you're talking
What
about.
what do you Google for that? Like, what did he steal the plane?
Pilot looks old as hell. Pilot looks old as hell. Like what?
Pilot looks
JetBlue.
old.
Type in
as
JetBlue pilot from
hell.
Ohio.
JetBlue pilot.
So while
Wait.
y'all are doing that,
Wait, what was it? What?
JetBlue pilot from Ohio. Oh, my bad. He's 33.
So while y'all are doing that, the other thing that I wanted to kind of
I was not expecting like wow.
I wasn't expecting that. Bro look like a 50-year-old Costco supervisor, dog.
Oh my god. I saw his picture. I was like, ain't no fucking way he's 5 years younger than me. Ain't no way.
That dude's at least
Wait,
45.
how old is he?
I'm saying he's 33.
Bro, we're the same age.
There's no way he's 30. I refuse to believe he's 30. He's 33. No way.
Dog.
ladies and gentlemen, they said that man aged like a thumb in water.
Oh my god. Why is the eyes so close together like that, but his forehead so like your hairline is bro, your hair is thinning. I can look in I can see through the freaking
gone.
Yeah, bro. Dog. Bro, why don't you just cut it off?
Everybody in the every single video that I saw from the newscast, everyone in the comments was like, ain't no way he's 33. No,
Bro.
no one's talking about the crowd. It's just like, there's no way he's 33. Stop
Bro,
the cat.
I'm looking at the blonde lady right now as she looks at the picture, and her face is of confusion.
Yeah, the
like straight,
newscasters are like,
no.
whoa,
So
he's what?
we got 30 minutes left at most.
I like how his thin ass hair
I
got a
want to
comb
transition
over.
into our very last topic of the day because it's gonna be that I want to hear. Now, as we all heard, the Nintendo Switch 2 has been announced for this year. So, Token, you can bring that good news to the people around you. But since the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out this year, we don't have a date nor a price yet. What I will say is this: it's actually been confirmed, or it's not confirmed, but it's supposed that the Nintendo Direct that we're going to get in April is going to reveal both the price and release date.
Allegedly, mid-June is what an ex-employee is saying, but that sounds way too early.
Mid-June for what? The release?
The release.
Is that the release or is that
sounds-
the suspected date
Well,
of
if they
them making
release
it concrete of like the pricing and whatnot?
no, if they release, they're actually they're supposed to be releasing the price in April in Nintendo Direct.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna show.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
And we'll get to see the features.
Yes.
And getting
So-
it June during the summer, like your kids that's out of school and college students that's gonna be like I want that new Switch, like, and now you got all this free time. They ain't got to
Hey,
be in your
Ryan, what
face.
day
So
did-
you about to buy
what
them a
day-
new Switch?
what month did the Wii come out?
That was November.
Sure.
Fairly sure. I remember working
Wasn't
in
Switch
November.
also November?
It was wintertime. I know that.
Yeah, November 19th, 2006. Yeah, I was like, I definitely remember being November one because I was working at Game Crazy at the time. And
I was working at GameStop, I believe. You said what year?
2006.
Damn.
I wasn't working at GameStop.
Yeah, I was working at Game Crazy. I had to work that launch. That was insane. But like, my district manager let me pre-order one for myself. So as soon as I finished the day, I got to take off the Wii, start playing Twilight Princess.
Maybe it was the Wii U. What year? What
The Wii U was a weird month. That was
Wii U.
like May or something like that. But I was
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was one of the Wii's came out in a weird time of the year.
Oh no, that was,
It was
also
early.
November 2012. Never mind. I thought that was
Okay.
like
sure?
spring for some reason.
And what about the Switch?
That was February 2017. I remember that.
Okay.
March 3rd, 2017. So yeah, just
That's what that was what was weird because most consoles usually come around in November.
Yeah,
You know
around the end of the year.
why? You know why? Because the 3DS before it came out in March as well, and they kind of marketed it as a handheld. That makes more sense. Oh shit! Yeah.
Wait, what?
yeah, 3DS
Yeah.
came out. 3DS came out. No, yeah, February 2011, and then Switch came out March.
The Switch came out in
2017.
March. Oh, okay. All right. That's smart.
That is interesting. Now I kind of want to go back. Like, when did the Game Boy? I'm like, when did the Game Boy Advance come out? Hold up.
When did the DS come out?
We going
Bro,
out.
I went to the pawn
Yeah,
shop
I
earlier
want to
and I-
see like what
I
their
saw a
strategy
pink and
is
white Game Boy
behind it.
Advance.
The DS was November 2004.
Okay, so that's not. Okay.
GBA was June 2001. The SP was February 2003. Yeah, so it's like they jump around a little bit. Well, they used to jump around a little bit.
Okay, so I mean,
Then they start sticking with November for a while.
But the Switch was a March.
Yeah, that was in March.
Mhm.
I mean, it very well could come out in June.
It's
I
possible.
say
It'd be an
I
interesting
say
month to
it's
do it.
good. It'd be a good month to do it for having a handheld.
You'll have because then by the holiday season, instead of everybody going crazy, because remember that they're also trying to protect from scalping, they're also trying to make sure that there's enough in the supply line, etc. So it sounds like a smart thing to do. You launch it in June, and then by the time that the holidays come around, there should be enough available for
Yep.
people to just be able to grab up. Now,
Also,
What do you think the price would be? Like, what do you think?
well,
the
let
price
us discuss this first
Okay.
because that's going to factor in.
Oh,
So,
okay.
since we know the Switch 2 is coming out this year, we don't have a release date or a price yet. The president of Nintendo stated that they're actually looking into the impact of tariffs, that it might and what the tariffs might do to the Switch 2. I told you we were going to get a little geopolitical today. So this is our geopolitical section. So the president of Nintendo is currently looking into the impact that the tariffs would have on the price of the Switch 2 in the US. They did state that Nintendo consoles are not exclusively manufactured in China, but are also manufactured in other Asian countries such as Vietnam and Cambodia. The good news is that Nintendo moved forward with the release of this console while anticipating the tariffs. So they don't expect them to have much impact at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is one key thing. So, like, obviously, if tariffs go into effect, that would change the price of the console here, right? But Nintendo can fight that by ramping up manufacture in the other countries rather than ramping up manufacture in China. And then everything that's manufactured in China could be distributed to the rest of the world where there are no tariffs, and the US could specifically get the ones that are manufactured elsewhere, along with assisting with, adding supply into the rest of the world. So with that being said, we don't want to get too political, but I did want to ask, what is the price point that you as a player or a consumer would be willing to pay for a Switch 2?
For a handheld.
You cannot look at it as a handheld because it is a console.
It's its own thing.
What else?
Yeah.
3DS is a handheld only. The Switch can be put on your television.
Yeah, so it can be. Yeah, it's considered a console. Okay.
Yes.
I've thought about this I was thinking about this a couple weeks ago. I think the max I would go. Let's say it's not a crazy improvement over the Switch. It's just like kind of brought up in line graphically, performance wise.
I mean, did you see what them Joy-Cons could do, sir?
No.
I can use it as a mouse. Cool. Well, we'll see. Anyway,
Allegedly.
my max is like 450.
Allegedly.
My max is like
Yeah.
450.
Yeah.
My max is like 350.
Well,
if
my
it's
max
in
is
line,
the
if
OLED
it's in line with the Switch, right?
the OLED, yeah.
Without knowing
for
any
just
of
for
the
reference.
improvements.
So just
Without
for reference
knowing
for the
any of
audience.
the improvements. So I don't know what their RAM looks like. I don't know what the graphical capability. Can this thing at least chug out 1080?
And just for reference to the audience, that's the same price that the OLED Switch currently is.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
My thing is that 450 is PlayStation money. You can get a PS5 for $400.
I was gonna say, because if you just said that PS5 Pro is running at 7.
That's the PS5 Pro.
Tony
But
smoking
450,
crack for
you
that
can-
too. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but at $400, you can get a PS5 Slim, no disc drive. At
True.
$450 to $480, you can get a PS5 Slim with a disc drive.
But listen, I know you're not gonna like this. But this is the truth that you gotta hear.
What?
You're not gonna
about
get
to
Nintendo
say-
games on consoles.
I'm sorry,
I
what?
don't listen. I don't.
You're not gonna get what?
You're not gonna get Nintendo games on a PS5.
That's
Ever.
fine.
Right. He's
I'm
right.
not willing to pay $450 for a Switch
Okay, no, but you got to think about it though. It's also
unless the
fact of,
Switch
like,
comes with some ammunition.
Like what?
like games. If it comes with games,
It's gonna have games. This Nintendo we talking about, bro. All they got is
Wait.
games.
hold on. You talking about peripherals? Is it gonna come with Tone?
Talking about gooning?
No.
Bro,
I'm talking about shiesty activities, bro.
no, shut.
You mean modability?
I think
I said a Switch.
Oh,
you're not really
oh,
Oh, oh, he talking about pull the mask down, buddy.
For those who don't know what a Switch is, Good terminology.
Wow. Turn around if I ain't got my
A
switch.
switch is a modification for a Glock to turn it into an automatic weapon.
Mhm. So I'm not willing to pay $450 for a Switch. That's my thing. If I only have to pay $400 for entry into PlayStation's economic system, if I only have to pay $300 to get into Xbox's economic system
Yeah, but who
for a
wants to
Series
do that,
S,
though?
why do I have to pay $450 for a Switch that, as we all know, because it's going to have a handheld mode, is still going to be graphically and performance-wise inferior.
Inferior and less.
You're not gonna be looking at that when you playing on a small ass screen. Hold on,
But I'm not going to be playing on a small ass screen.
Wait,
You
hold
have,
on, hold
you have
on,
a
hold
Steam
on.
Deck, right?
Yes.
Are you expecting crazy graphics out of your Steam Deck?
My Steam Deck can run 1080p, 60 frames.
So what if this at least runs 1080p 60 frames for Switch 2?
It ain't gonna have a battery life for it.
You don't know that. So what I'm saying, what if it runs 60 frames 1080p standard? Maybe sometimes 720, but still 60 frames is like.
I'm still not willing to pay it.
Why?
But I'm not.
It's a console that bro. Okay. Let me ask you this:
Bugging.
if it could on
400 is fine for
par
me.
perform, if it
What
could
I'm
on
saying
par
is-
perform with an Xbox or a PlayStation, but now you also have the added.
Not going to be
effect
on
of being
par is
able-
what I'm telling you, because it's handheld. My Steam Deck, I can actually get into my Steam Deck and I can mod my Steam Deck to do other things. I can actually do other things on my Steam Deck. You know how I know? Because I've done other things on my Steam Deck.
Like what?
Allegedly.
You talking a lot
Right.
of shit. Someone's gonna buy a damn Switch too.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I said you talking a lot of shit for someone's gonna
you
buy
act
a
like he's
damn
not gonna have a
Switch
Switch
too.
2.
Right. I'm gonna buy one.
It don't matter.
You
how
gonna buy it no matter what the fucking price is too.
That is a lie.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
no. He's got a point. If it's like they try going crazy saying like $600, now I'll wait.
All right, 600 is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
All right.
No, okay. First of all,
I didn't
it's
get
Nintendo.
I didn't get
It's
the
Nintendo.
Steam
They're
Deck
not
at
gonna
600.
shoot
I'm
that
not
price
doing
at
it.
no 600.
You know
dog.
what I'm saying? The Steam Deck went on sale at one point, and it was on sale for like $3 something.
Yeah, it was like $379 for the base OLED, and then
Yeah.
like
Oh, I wish I knew about that.
$449 for the
Yeah,
the 1 terabyte
Yeah.
OLED, something like that. Yeah.
yeah. Like the Steam Deck was like cheap for a little bit. Like I'm like, and as long as we're in the threes, I'm willing to. I'm okay. But once you start crossing that 400 platform, 450, 500, I'm not paying 500 for a Switch.
I don't see Nintendo making it nowhere
I
close to
don't see
$500.
500. I see 400 being the max.
I see 385. Okay, I'm gonna be
Okay,
honest.
then
I
you
see
got
max
to damn
400.
385.
Wait, what?
He said 385. Like what? Go to
I
bed.
see
They
385
You don't understand.
385 plus tax. All right.
Knowing Nintendo and knowing marketing in any way, shape, or form, the highest that they'll go is $399.99.
Yeah. That's realistically speaking, that's probably gonna be the price.
Yeah.
$399. I can't see
exactly.
them going.
And that's
over
if
that.
they go as high as $399.99. Now, if they can actually make the Switch 2 and have the Switch 2 out for the same price as an OLED Switch, that's a win for them, because you know how many people jump on that system. People like 400 is a comfort number. It was the same reason people didn't want to buy the Sony PlayStation 3 at 6 and 800, because 500 is a comfort number. Once you cross
$599.
Once you cross that $500 threshold, once you go past $499, it causes people to actually rethink what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So
I'll
when it
agree
comes
on
to the lower level, once you cross that threshold of 400, it causes people to rethink what they're doing and what they're getting.
Speaking of that, can we get like a number of the PS5 Pro sales that like I want to know if anyone like how they there's no
you wanna know
way that y'all
genuinely.
niggas spent $699 goddamn US dollars plus tax on PS5 Pros and y'all complaining about the price of groceries at the same time. Ain't no way.
I bought that new PS5 Pro, but these eggs prices are shit.
I don't want to hear shit about eggs. You bought a PS5 Pro. I don't want to hear none of that shit.
Well, you know, there's a illness going around where people have to make it look like they have money.
Birdemic.
Birdemic.
It's the eagle. From
So now that we've discussed if we're willing to pay the Switch 2 prices, or
Some owl boys.
like what we're willing to pay for it, is it a must?
OVOs.
Is it a must buy on release day?
Switch 2?
Yes.
Yes.
No, it depends on the launch title.
yeah.
For me, because like I said, I like the last time I used my Switch for a Nintendo exclusive was. The sad thing is, I have Echoes of Wisdom. I still haven't even started, but that's the last time I bought a Nintendo exclusive.
I don't have Echoes of Wisdom. The last time I used my Switch was for Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, and it's like, so unless they're like, yo, like Metroid Prime 4 is a launch title for the Switch 2, I'm not going crazy for a launch thing.
I think
and also got to think of the cycle of games that come out for there. There's no way the new Zelda's ready.
Well, you also got to remember that it is also backwards compatible.
True, but like I think they would still want to try to have at least one or two like.
Absolutely, they're going to have launch titles, and it's probably going to be Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart probably, but I can see. I mean, they could kind of nowhere stealth drop a new 3D Mario because when the Odyssey.
That's what I'm thinking is gonna.
Odyssey came out with the Switch.
Yep, I'm thinking. I got my theory. My prediction is Mario Kart launch title, a new 3D Mario as a launch title, Metroid Prime 4 as a launch title. That's come on. That's
I don't think it's gonna be a launch time. I'm saying that would get me to.
That would get you in the launch.
That would get me
window.
to buy
You'll
the
get it
game
within the first year, probably.
Yeah, like if I'm saying for me, like if Metroid Prime 4 is confirmed launch title, I'm buying the Switch 2 no matter what.
CV, I like that, but my thing is that we also live in 2025, and I've lived through the PS5 crisis of 2020.
That shit was
as well as the Xbox crisis of 2020, and the quote unquote chip shortage. Okay, that also actually low key affected the car market because I kind of don't really believe that there ever was a chip shortage unless it was a production shortage of chips.
Let's not also forget tariffs and all that shit is getting ready to happen. So like,
right. So if
might
I
not want to wait a
one,
year,
it's probably going to be immediate. I'll just grab one if I can afford it as soon as it comes out, and this way I have one less thing to worry about if something comes out, because you know Nintendo and every Nintendo console that has come out since the Wii has been sold out for at least a year.
Yep.
I do not like to be behind on technology because once I'm behind on technology, now that time starts ticking as we go towards end of life. Nintendo consoles have a life cycle of what, 7, 8
years?
Something like that. I mean, how long did the Wii last?
The Wii lasted until its last game was like 9 years. Like until
what about the Wii U?
The Wii U was dead on arrival.
Yeah.
Yep, it sure was.
3-4 years.
Yeah, that was the shortest cycle.
Yeah, that was.
Nintendo was like, "Oh, this is a flop."
the Wii U hopped off the porch and got rickied.
But remember, he just said that the Switch came out in 2017.
Oh yeah, that's right.
February of 2017.
And it was sold out for a while too.
And it was sold out for what, 2 years almost?
What, the Wii?
The Switch.
No, the Switch.
Yeah, the Switch was out for a bit. It took me like 7 months to get one.
Like they weren't just the easiest thing to find.
Damn, they were that.
Every Nintendo console go crazy, bro.
That explains why that price tag did not move when it came back.
Every Nintendo console has gone crazy. The Wii U had the least amount of sales, and it still sold out when it first came out because they thought that they were going to have another burst of a platform like Wii with Wii Sports and all of that stuff.
Nah,
the only Nintendo console didn't like struggle like that. Like it was still hard to get like the first month.
GameCube, bro.
I was gonna say the GameCube.
The GameCube.
Oh, you're gonna say the Virtual Boy?
even that was sold out. Every time we were
Virtual Boy was sold out.
You don't remember us going to like Toys R Us and other places?
Oh yeah, you're right.
It was a big thing.
Yeah.
They like the gimmick sold that console. Then everyone found out how terrible it was.
That made my eyes burn, bro. Oh my god.
I never actually even played a Virtual Boy. If I'm going to be honest, I had an R Zone instead.
You could play it at Toys R Us because they had one set up there.
Oh, ain't
I
ain't
had
that
an
ain't that the
R-Zone
one that they used
instead.
to put inside of a little case with the cord and
Tiger
whatnot? They like
R-Zone?
had it locked down.
Huh?
Tiger R Zone?
No, I had an R Zone.
What the fuck?
Oh, that thing. Yeah, the AR zone.
It was
What
just
is
called R Zone.
Let me see.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It had like
R
little
Zone.
it had like the weird like little helmet visor, looked like a.
Well,
DDP
you put
scatter.
this thing on your head, right?
Yeah, I said
And
the
then-
Tiger R Zone.
I don't know if it's Tiger.
Yeah,
I
it
just
is
said
It
an
is
R Zone.
Tiger.
You expect me to remember that? That was like 30 years ago.
I remember that because I'm probably autistic, but yeah, like I remember that.
Yeah, man, they're
Legitimately, you
probably
fold down the one little lens, and
Oh,
your entire
I know what
hand
you're talking about.
is red. Like the whole thing, it was like one of those little handheld things, but it was just on your head, and it put the screen right in front of your one
Yeah,
eye.
that's that little Dragon
like
Ball
old
Z
boy from
Scouter
Crossfire.
thing. Yeah, that's the little Dragon Ball Z Scouter thing.
Yeah, it literally looked like Dragon Ball Z Scouter.
Yeah.
So I guess I had a Scouter.
Yeah.
I mean,
If somebody made one of those now,
it better have.
It would probably go kind of crazy.
They better have.
that's what I'm
extra
If we
saying.
use VR technology.
Imagine,
now.
imagine something that you could just like put on your head, like right. You get one ear and it goes over to your eye, like a Scouter, and then the rest of it is just a band that holds it on your head.
Isn't that the Google? Ain't that just the Google Glass? Except it doesn't have the ear part.
Kind of ahead of its time if you really think about it. To be honest with you, it may not have been successful, but I mean,
all you got to do is do Google Lenses.
No,
and
but
just
what I'm
add the
saying
ear.
is, if you do a new age, if you make it look like a Super Saiyan, a Saiyan Scouter, right?
Oh, okay, I see. What you're saying.
If you make something now that looks like a Saiyan Scouter, but you put the technology of the Google glasses or something in there,
or ooh,
right,
you take the Apple Vision Pro, but you put it in like the R zone, essentially. Ain't that how the Apple Vision? I don't know if it's the fucking ain't it like an AR thing? The Apple
kind
Vision
of
Pro?
yes,
You can like
kind of no. So the Apple Vision Pro actually has cameras that like see your surroundings and it judges
Relay
distance
that.
and stuff, and you
Yeah.
can literally absorb your media and still see what's happening around you, and you can like move things around and stuff like that. So it kind of needs that full immersion.
Speaking of which, like you
would.
haven't really heard much about that anymore.
I would.
You would.
I've already tried it out. I would.
But I'm saying like
How much is it?
As a matter, 3,000.
Woo!
Yeah, it's pricey.
Damn, I didn't.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't.
you haven't
If
really
you
heard
have access to an Apple store near you, they actually will let you try out a demo, and
real?
somebody will walk you through, and you could sit there and experience the whatchamacallit for real.
Hey, I want to do that tomorrow. I'm
I
gonna do it
encourage
tomorrow.
it. And then if you go back for more demos, because you already had one, they'll move you to the next one and the next one and the next one. So you're
What you
gonna get a
mean?
different experience every time.
you can get it used for 2,300.
Oh, hey, that's what's up, dog. I saw the video. I saw the commercials about it,
I
and I
want
was
them
like,
to be less than 1,000,
what?
honestly.
No,
Let me get it when it's like old.
bro. It's as much as advanced as that technology sounds like it is for Apple to be using. I don't think it should be anything.
I think you should actually
2,000.
go and experience it.
I do want to do that one day.
Like,
I'll
I really
experience
do,
it.
I really do think that going to the Apple store and experiencing it, because like sure you can get a MetaQuest, but
I was
like,
gonna say the
MetaQuest-
Oculus.
Yeah, like you can get an Oculus, you can get a MetaQuest, but how much is an Oculus? $600-700?
No, I can go
It's
get
not
one
the
right now
same,
for like 250.
but
How
one
much?
is AR,
I
but
can
one is
go get one right now for like
reality, one is
250.
virtual reality, not the same.
That's what I'm saying. Like those aren't.
Oh, you are right. There is a
Yeah.
actual very big difference. Augmented reality and okay.
Yeah. And so
All right,
like literally
right.
like even if you have like an iPhone or something, or if you're already in the Apple network, like your stuff is like you can literally pull up your stuff and connect it all, but like Spotify is connected to it and all of that stuff, so you could hear your music. You can change like what the backgrounds look like and actually like do like a little serene headspace type of thing. Like I'll be completely honest, if I could sit here or if I could like be doing stuff and wearing that and put a YouTube video here and like
You could pull up Google Docs right here.
Yeah, I could literally like pull up Google Docs and type up an episode while having a YouTube video right here to the side. Like you can literally like it's like if I take my monitor and just put it over here, and then you know I can literally turn my and then if I walk away, you know
it all
stay
stays
right
there.
It stays right there in the room that you're in.
So does it like geometrically lock where it is?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because I've seen people literally be like they'll like they can lay in bed with it and have like this gigantic.
You can make things bigger. Like if you laid in bed with it, you could literally make your entire ceiling the screen.
Bro, I would make my bathroom. I would make my bathroom a rainforest every time I walked in.
Bro, you could be sitting outside watching TV or YouTube on this gigantic augmented reality screen.
Yeah,
which is pretty.
So you basically IMAXing. You basically IMAXing with this thing, and
yeah, it's literally
Bro,
not
it's a movie theater.
It's not like a gaming thing. It's literally a life thing.
Yeah.
I need to try this.
It's like big in.
And what's it called? What you said it's called?
The Apple Vision Pro.
Apple Vision Pro.
Yep.
Give it about like 20 years, and
See
that
if you
technology
can
will
see
be
if
in a
you can
pair
go
of
to
glasses.
like the Apple website and sign up for a demo
That's what I'm
ahead
about
of
to-
time,
that's-
so that you don't
that's
have
what
to
I'm
go
about
in
to
there
do.
and wait and just make an appointment.
Apple.
Listen,
Let me
in
see
20
my
years
nearest
time,
Apple store.
in 20 years time, that sort of technology is going to be in a pair of glasses.
Bro,
Yeah.
what you
I'd be
mean? In
scared-
like 15
I'd
years,
be
that's gonna be
scared.
in Elon Musk's brain chip.
Ugh. You mean the brain chip that he's
What
going to
he's
use? to
saying is
control
that they're
people?
going to compartmentalize that kind of technology into just simple glasses. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like
Okay.
That'll be
instead
like
of
a
it being
standard.
because the way that it is right now, they actually so if you wear glasses, right? You put it on without glasses because it adjusts to your vision.
What?
Yeah, it scans your eyes because
Yeah,
it has
They
cameras.
they
in it
actually
that
get
scan your eyes.
get your vision and it adjusts to your vision so that you can use it without glasses.
Man, the Oculus don't even do that.
No
Yo.
virtual. Currently, no virtual reality headset has the technology to do that.
So okay, answer me. Okay, I don't know if you know, but just in case if you on the off chance you do. So does it read the way your iris reacts to light and photons, so it can know if it's efficiently processing the photons, or
No,
do you have to
they
actually?
well, when I was there, they asked like either they took your glasses or whatever, but it's supposed to basically essentially read how you're reacting to it or kind of
Yeah,
adjust
basically
itself.
scans. Your
Oh,
eyes.
so if I'm squinting or not, or if I'm, if okay,
Yeah, it kind of
alright.
it trust me, they're gonna explain all of that when you get there.
Bro, this sounds so $3,000.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you for the level of technology that we're talking about in this current day and age, it sounds really progressive, and that price is steep, but it's also what you're getting. I
Yeah.
also
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know that we're going to be getting more of these.
This is like
you mean?
future forward technology.
It is.
This is for people who.
So
this
as
is
much
for
as
people
people
who have.
could hate Apple, this is like very, very progressive.
I
And
will
the-
honestly say that even though I do have a lot of hate for Apple because I literally loathe Apple and a lot of their processes and whatnot. I can't stand them for the life of me. But this
I hope you don't think Google's bad.
this innovation is this goes way past this goes
I'm sorry. I'm
way-
sorry. It's the
Their
truth.
phones are behind the time.
It's the truth.
Their phones are behind the time. Everything else is not.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
mean. That's what I mean.
Your phones
I
are literally
hate
all
them.
right. So if you think about it like this, and this is still related to gaming, so I'm okay with having this conversation. If you think about it like this, your Apples and your Androids, Android phones have always been very future forward and progressive. They want
Mhm.
to try out as much new technology as possible and see what lands. Apple
Right.
has been what you would consider consistent. So their
They're
phones are
conservative.
going to be very on the mark, very consistent, there's not much change. And they introduce change to their crowd very slowly. And that's what actually keeps their crowd, which is why you see a lot of people who are on Apple very reluctant to change because people are afraid of change.
Right.
So as they kind of move things, they kind of, instead of them moving on like this, they kind of move them on a slow and steady hill. So you'll see where a bunch of people will be like, hey, Samsung did it first. Android had this years ago. But Apple had been testing that technology so that once they implemented it, they could keep it. Like facial recognition. So, or fingerprint scanning. Like when I used fingerprint scanning on my Samsung phone, I'm going to be honest, almost anybody could put their goddamn thumb on my phone and open shit up.
Really?
Like there's a phone. There's a phone that I saw a review of.
I can honestly,
today.
I can honestly tell you, I have the Pixel 9. I
mean,
literally.
we're also talking back in 2007.
Oh yeah, when it first came out, and it wasn't.
That's what I'm
actually-
saying.
yeah,
Like when they
it
first
wasn't
started
taking
doing it,
facial
like it
features.
wasn't the most secure of things.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then Apple introduced it into their home button years later, and everybody was like, "Well, Samsung did it first." Yeah, but Apple made sure that it tried to just make sure that it was secure, that it was more like it was protected. It was finished technology before they actually rolled it out to the public, rather than just putting it in a phone. Like I'm not saying that Samsung or anybody else isn't going to, but because they put things out first, there's usually some room for improvement.
Here's the thing: if you want like the best in terms of like phones, you're not gonna find it with Samsung and Apple.
You're not gonna find it with you're gonna find it with things like Huawei.
I was just gonna say.
OnePlus.
I was just gonna say that's why they got banned.
Oppo is another one that I was looking at a review for their foldable phones.
Their
what
phones
we would
are
consider off-brand, but
Bro,
they're
those
not
phones are
off-brand. They're big
spectacular.
things. They're very, very progressive. These are Chinese companies that aren't really allowed to sell here. So that's where you're gonna find most of your progressive stuff. Google, Apple, and Samsung are all pretty much right here in the same line to me.
There's a phone that I was looking at a review of called the Oppo N5. It uses a Hasselblad camera because they're in collaboration with them. Same as his OnePlus. His OnePlus uses a Hasselblad camera. If we do anyone who is within knowledge of photography knows that Hasselblad is a very reputable company that has made cameras for years. So now these phones from these other companies are working directly with a camera company to give you the best quality camera you can get on a phone.
Yep.
As well as
whereas
it being
Apple
the
is
thinnest.
using Samsung's cameras.
Yeah. This is the thinnest. So the Oppo N5 actually is the thinnest foldable phone on the market currently.
Marquise Brownlee just had one, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did. I was watching
Hey,
it
is
on
that the
Galaxy
YouTube
Fold.
guy?
Yes. He's
I
also from
watched him the other
Jersey.
day.
He also does a lot of technology reviews. He's very
Yeah.
knowledgeable.
I just found him like 2 weeks ago. I like his. I really
Yeah.
do like his
MK
content.
MKJB or MKB.
MKHB.
Yeah,
MKGB.
MKHB, that's what it is. But yeah,
That would be awesome if we could actually get an interview with him.
that would be great.
That would be cool.
That would be it would be less of a gaming focused show and more of a hardware or a technology focused show that time. But I would definitely 1000% do it. Should we have that opportunity? So if you ever run into him, just let him know. I mean, he may or may not do it, and that's fine. But
Please
it's always
do.
worth a shot, right?
Hey, if you run into him, try and get him. Bro, watching his video is the reason why I actually got the Pixel 9.
Yeah.
I almost got the Fold.
Like you could not talk a Pixel person out of a Pixel. Trust me. Like people already know. Like when you walk into Costco and they be like, "Hey, are you interested in changing your?" Bro, if they see you have a Pixel, they be like, "What kind of phone do you got?" You be like, "Oh, I got a Pixel." Oh, never mind. They'll literally never mind. They will literally never mind because they know that they can't get a Pixel user to give up.
Can't honestly.
I am
I switched over from the Nord to the back to the Pixel.
I am not very I'm not very loyalist to any particular brand.
Same.
The main reason why I have an iPhone right now is because of some of the other work that I do. So like some of the photography and video work, because I use a MacBook to edit and I use the iPhone to send files. Like all of us had iPhone, so I could edit something, pop it right into a text message right after finishing editing, and it gets sent over to directly to their phones in a text message at full quality, instead of me having to figure out where I'm going to upload it, how I'm going to house this, things like that. So that was one of the main reasons why I got an iPhone.
You know what's crazy is that they could literally allow that to happen between phones, but Apple has done a very shady and honestly gross job of trying to make it seem like, well, you can't do these things anywhere else. Oh, look at the quality of your text. Remember when they got in trouble for that? For literally
ain't that when
lowering quality.
they got proven that they lowered the quality.
That's why we can now have read receipts from Android phones, and they've transitioned over to RCS style messaging.
That was such a dirty thing they did too. It's like, really, bro?
I mean,
like,
it's them. I mean, while it might be dirty, it was intelligent because it kept them making money.
It's a competitive market. It's a competitive market.
Was
and
it
was a move to use.
It's literally exactly what Sony does to Xbox.
It promoted
and not allowing their games in other places. Not allowing. Remember when Sony was blocking crossplay from Fortnite?
I love
that.
No,
I can't just let that get glossed over. Like
I love that segue.
Them iPhone people did straight up just make up phone racism with how they was treated.
That was wild.
Not wrong.
Wildest fan base of all time. Like, how
bro, you had a woman tear you down because you had an
fan
Android.
base was actually pretty similar. Like, if you play Xbox and I was on PlayStation, it was the same kind of beef.
I don't know, bro. Have you heard of somebody say that they would date you? Hold on.
Nah, bro. If I start chatting up a female in the bar and she say, "Well, let me put my number in your phone," and I pull out my Google Pixel and she's like, "That's not an iPhone."
Yeah, you don't see that on PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, you just gotta worry about your game console regularly cock blocking you, not the color you cock blocking.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, man.
All right. So yeah, the color, like green bubbles, is a thing. It's still a thing. It's still a thing.
Wild too.
But again, iMessage with an iPhone, but it doesn't matter at this point. And a lot of iPhone users don't know that it doesn't matter at this point. Because if you wanna FaceTime with an Android user, you can. You just send them a FaceTime link and they can join. If you wanna have your text messages the same way, you can. They're just gonna be green instead of blue. It's just a color thing. But
they see that shit and they like,
at that point in time, before they actually, had to regulate this, there was a big difference between a green bubble and a blue bubble, because you couldn't send the same stuff. You couldn't send the longer messages, or because the messages would come from Android and they would come in real jumbled, messed up orders and stuff like that.
On purpose.
Because it actually had a character limit. It had a character limit with the text messages. And if you exceeded that character limit,
and that wasn't on the phone thing.
Yeah.
That was just how the signals were processing it. Because if you sent the long message, Android is automatically going to break it up because it's going over MMS.
Mm-hmm.
So now that they've transitioned to RCS, you can get those longer messages. Because remember, MMS only had a 256 character limit.
Imagine sending a long message and the first thing she saw was "I love you." She was like, "This is too early. Wait for the rest of the message. Hold on. Wait."
First off, if you're on an Android and the girl was on an iPhone, you wasn't gonna get a date, period, because you were like, "Ew, green bubbles." No, nigga. I think not. No, thank you. Bye.
I mean, as long as she was a progressive woman.
Bro, that phone racism was real though. Like
it was.
Listen, yo, the shit I used to hear iPhone users talk about Android users was wild. But they treated Android users like they were second-class citizens.
They kept iPhone users would tell Samsung users or Android users, "Yo, you only got an Android because you try to do illegal stuff with it. We got better cameras. We got better battery life.
It's a phone."
What else do you shit am I doing with my phone? What shit am I gonna do with my phone?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's
lot.
not a question that you really want to ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna just
We
say a
had a
lot. and leave it at
conversation
that.
about somebody hacking into some things off of an Android phone in a Fire Stick before.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
That was wild.
Yeah. After he was already in police custody for hacking into Rocksteady or
Mhm.
Yeah,
into Rockstar.
they never learned.
They
Yeah,
never
right.
learn.
He hacked into Rockstar's whatchamacallit, and he was already in custody for hacking and did it off of a Fire Stick and a phone. Like that's crazy.
Mhm.
From a hotel.
Didn't Megan Thee Stallion put in a song that like some dude that she dated or had a night with literally called
No
her
comment.
on her TV?
Wait, what?
Yeah. She was like, "How you call me from the TV?" I was like,
Oh no!
"What?"
Oh no! Oh no!
That's why I said no comment.
I'm calling the FBI at that point. Like, oh fuck no! You called me through my
She was
TV.
like, "How you calling me from the TV?" And you so press the CD. I'm like,
bro,
"How?
listen.
How?"
I want you locked up in Arkham Asylum with Batman and Superman guarding that fucking cell. Because you are a supervillain. You don't belong on the
Dog.
street.
No, like for the life of me, I can't think of how you call a TV. I don't get it.
Listen, that
Like,
person, that person is on some. That's real demon time right there. You calling people through their TVs? Oh no, 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 no. No. Lock him in the most secure facility on Earth, down at the bottom of the ocean,
the Mariana Trench, baby,
with submarines guarding that shit. Because that man is a super villain. That man is evil. He is a James Bond villain.
So we gotta start wrapping up. So the basic point that we were gonna hammer home was like if tariffs actually do affect the Switch 2 or do affect our consoles that we're getting in the future and start causing our video game consoles and our video game producers to be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously that means that the prices may have to go up and people may not be as willing to purchase because everything else is going up. Right now, people don't want to buy eggs. What makes me think that you're going to buy something like a Switch 2 at $400 and $500? You know what I'm saying? So I was just going to ask if tariffs do impact the price. Could it change our spending habits? Could it, how will it, if it changes our spending habits, could it put Nintendo in financial trouble?
It could.
It could. It really could.
It could, but we know where the bulk of their money comes from, though. Pokemon.
Shut up.
Oh no, it's the truth. A lot of
No, I know
Nintendo
it's the
money
truth.
comes
I only said that because like I own like the minute I got this
Merchandise,
Switch, I bought like
it.
6
We didn't even
Pokemon
talk about
games.
the games, like merchandise alone from Pokemon.
Yeah, no, Pokemon is literally the highest value
Where is it?
merchandising franchise like in the world.
Yeah.
And like right now the cards are at maximum scalpability. Like
it's not even the cards.
The cards, the merch, the games, like but what I'm saying is because we have entered into another boom like we did in COVID. So the cards are going crazy right now because they're in what they call a TCG Renaissance.
What?
There are, I believe, 9 TCGs launching this year.
Listen, I want that Magic the Gathering set that's going to be Final Fantasy.
That already released. It did pre-orders on Amazon this week.
Yeah, I want to get that starter set.
Did you
because it has
pre-order?
Cloud and Sephiroth.
Did you pre-order it?
I didn't pre-order it yet.
You should do that now if you don't already have. If you haven't already, if it's still available, it's on Amazon.
Sure. It's only like $20.
Yeah, it's like $20. That's why I'm telling you to pre-order it now.
I don't care about any of the other cards. If I can just get the Sephiroth and Cloud card, I'm
telling
happy.
you to order it now because it's only $20. Because if you wait till it comes out, I can assure you it will not be $20, and it will not be available on the regular market.
You're right.
So pull up Amazon as soon as you possibly can, and just pre-order it for $20. I promise you.
You're right.
Because I was watching the day that the pre-orders dropped, and I
hoes.
watched them all go out of stock. I watched all of those different sets go out of stock. The commander sets, the gift set, went out of stock quickly, like within like 5 minutes. Like, and this is Amazon that I was watching. Best Buy in and out like that.
I can believe
So
it.
yeah, if they still have them available, just grab it while you
Yep,
can.
still up for pre-order.
Grab one.
Starter
If you plan on
edition.
playing it, grab two, because with any TCG product, if you're gonna play, you need usually 2 starters to make a full set of cards. That's
The
kind of
booster
a
box is up for
TCG.
200 too.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, if you split it with somebody, it's not that.
If no, what I'm saying is a booster box being $200 is a lot of money. Booster boxes in most other games are about 100, 120 at most.
This is Magic the Gathering we're talking about, and they're owned by Hasbro, and Hasbro's a greedy fucking.
Yeah, how many packs are in that booster box?
It's usually 36.
36?
I love,
Well,
30.
I love Magic the Gathering.
30.
30? It's okay. Like with Bandai, their booster boxes typically are 24 packs, and their MSRP is 109.
Yeah, that's Bandai we're talking about. We're talking about Hasbro.
What I'm doing,
Hasbro.
Hasbro.
I'm comparing the
Gummy
price
bear people.
Yeah.
So
I know.
like, so you're getting 30 packs versus 24 packs. That's all I'm not necessarily comparing Bandai, Hasbro.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying like that upcharge is totally a Hasbro thing.
It's like
I
Apple.
completely get it. And so I'm just saying that again, and this is why I say
I got my beef.
as soon as they come available, because we're in an age where
Hustle. That's some
buy-
Apple prices.
people are going to buy things in excess, and then when they buy things in excess, they're going to try to sell it for higher prices.
Scalpers.
It is literally how we have been moving through not just the card industry, but the video game industry. This is how we've been
Shoes.
moving through anything, shoes,
Yeah.
anything that becomes
My
popular,
God.
anything. So my recommendation, if you can get it from a store when it comes out, just plan ahead, get your items from the store, so this way you don't have to worry about not being able to get it when you're actually ready, or when when it's convenient for you, whatever. Plan ahead, because you don't want to pay scalper prices. I've seen people paying $1,000, $1,200 for PS5s.
Yep.
That was a common
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Paying double and triple price for a PS5 is crazy.
I've
So-
seen. Like I said, I've seen somebody pay $1,300 for a PS5 that they had a payment plan on from a renter shop, from a renter store. They had a contract.
Yeah. Those rental stores are like crazy scams.
They definitely had PS5s in Rent-A-Center. So with that being said, I think that we're going to call it here. And as always, we appreciate you coming. Take our words as just advice from friends. It's not the Bible, it's not the law. We're just trying to make sure that you are in a good position.
Dragon Ball Z Crocs.
And with that being said, yeah, they've been out for a little bit.
Those are fire. I'm
With
sorry.
that being
Why do
said,
Vegeta Crocs go harder than the Goku ones?
Don't let big glasses keep you down. All right.
and remember, if there's ever anything you want to accomplish, sometimes all you got to do is just press the start button. Till then,
Later, y'all.
Have fun. Boomer said that. Boomer told that man, "I'm not gonna take a bath with you if you
Take
don't
your
let
vitamins,
Goku
drink your
fight."
tea, and stay in drugs.
Don't do school and stay in drugs.
Whoa! Kiss babies and shake hands.
Oh,
Kiss hands, shake baby.
we are still on too.
Bro, tell me why these Vegeta Crocs go harder than Goku's though. Like what?
They are fire. I'm not gonna lie.
These are
I
hard, bro.
hate Crocs. I hate everything
Me
about
too.
Crocs. But
I
these
feel like
are
if I put
fire.
these-
I
these-
hate
these-
it. I like them.
Bro, these aren't sport modes, dog. These are Super Saiyan modes.
Like
These
these
are
are
dope.
absolutely fire.
I didn't even see him there. Hold up.
Man, you
I'll
gotta
post them
look at
in-
it.
in
Bro,
the
I like how the
chat.
bro, I like how the Goku one, like it really looks like his belt and it's like a tie on the right hand side of it. Like that's
Yeah,
fire.
as like a
Yeah.
charm.
Yeah. Then they got bruh. But I like how the Vegeta one, like his is
Yeah, the
more
Vegeta
well
ones are
defined.
better.
His
Yeah.
looks like an actual like a belt though.
These are like swaggy as fuck because they don't look like traditional Crocs.
Yeah. Oh,
Because they
these
have
are
like
these
kind
are
of like
dope.
they kind of have like a Yeezy fucking type of
That,
sole.
hey, let's
I'm not
not
gonna.
bring.
I'm not gonna
let's
lie.
not
The
bring
Pizza
Yeezy
Planet
into
ones
this.
we saw at the mall were kind of dope.
Right? It's
Pizza
like,
Planet?
oh no, I'm not gonna fall
Pizza
for it.
Planet?
You
Yeah,
were
they
You talking about like
there's
from
a whole-
fucking Toy Story?
Yeah, they got a Pizza Planet, a Buzz, and Woody ones, and I think they had
Yeah.
Jesse too.
Bro, what the fuck? I've never seen
trying
that.
so hard. I'm just like,
See?
you will not tempt me. You will not tempt me.
I don't own a pair of Crocs, dog. But like, if you show me something like
You
that,
will.
I'd fold. I would fold.
No, you will own a pair of Crocs. You have a kid now.
Sir, what?
Yeah, you switch to New Balances and Crocs. That's your whole shoe repertoire now.
First of all,
That's
first
what
of
his
all,
brother did.
no. First of all, I don't fuck with New Balance. I wear Brooks and Adidas.
Once you're gonna start grilling, you're gonna have some New Balance.
You're gonna have some Birkenstock sandals too.
Man, who said Birkenstock?
Hey, while you talking, I was just looking at a house out in Dennis Springs. It's like a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with a big ass backyard, and it came with a grill.
See, there you go. You're already on you. You're already on your way. Then you'll be wearing Crocs because it's easy to, take them on, put them back on, take them off, put them back on. It's gonna happen, bro. That's gonna
It's
be
not gonna happen, dog. I can do the
You gonna
same
be
thing
wearing
with
Crocs.
shoes. I'm not wearing Crocs.
You have a kid
unless
now.
they're Super Saiyan Crocs. I'm not wearing Crocs unless they're Super Saiyan Crocs.
Nah, bro, you have a kid now. It's done. It's so that's it. It's over for you. You're in Crocs now.
Bro said you're in dad bod and Croc mode.
Now, however, you can do swaggy black dad and go with like dope ass sweatsuits and shit. Like some more like designer sweatsuits and shit like that.
Oh, you mean
can
like
do
one
that.
of those dads that pop out with the all Nike or all Adidas or
Exactly.
or all Gucci.
Exactly. So you can do that. Don't
I
gotta
pop out with the whole Gucci outfit with the Gucci slides.
See what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
did you
don't
check out the
gotta
Apple
do.
Vision Pro though?
Wait,
Did you
huh?
make your appointment?
Oh, I'm on the webpage right now. I was looking at it, and I was looking to see where the nearest one, and the nearest one is back in Baton Rouge at the mall.
We're
Louisiana on
still
Blue Bar.
live.
Usually,
Usually,
yes, I know.
But I really do want to go though.
I mean, usually the Apple Store is at the mall.
y'all getting.
I know, but I
Afro
know I'm saying that because
dominant
there's a
now.
mall right here in Hammond's Mall. but
See, that's
they
what I'm
don't
saying.
have this-
A-Pop got it. He said the velour sweatsuit.
Wait, what?
Velour sweatsuits. I ain't gonna lie. I'm interested. I want to give you a velour sweatsuit. Bro.
I'm a nerd, dude. Like
Fired.
I'm a nerd. I'm not gonna be out here buying Adidas sweatsuits. I'll buy anime
Who said
sweatsuits before I
nerds
buy
don't
an
have to be
Adidas sweatsuit.
swaggy? Adidas be doing nerd collabs too. What are we talking about?
Man, the last person who did a goddamn nerd collab made that shit with fucking the nigga that make bitches swoon over him when he did Black Panther 2 and he made a fucking Naruto collab and that shit was expensive as hell.
Michael B. Jordan?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Michael B. Jordan though. But Adidas regularly does that. Puma does that. Puma did that with Sonic.
Oh wait, didn't
They
Puma do a
regularly
One
collab
Piece?
with Sonic.
Didn't Puma do a One Piece collab?
I think they did.
I think they're working on one.
They working on it or they did it?
I don't remember if it came out.
Oh, okay. Oh, they did. They
Like-
did. Was it fire? Okay. Okay.
I know. Wait, Adidas did a Dragon Ball Z collab a while back.
I don't remember that. I don't
It's
remember
getting
that.
the sneakers, but they did. They did a Dragon Ball Z collab. They had the Friezas, they had Goku, they had Trunks.
Oh
Was it
yeah,
their
those
sneakers?
ones like
Was it their
Yeah,
sneakers
those-
or was it their wear, their gear?
no sneakers.
Oh, okay.
Those sneakers that were designed like them.
Are you talking about the Dragon Ball Z or the Pumas?
Dragon Ball.
The Dragon Ball Z, the
It's
Adidas,
sneakers.
Adidas.
Hold on, I can pull them up
me
right
see.
now. These were fire
I see.
too.
I see. Oh, look at the
And the
Gohan.
One Piece Pumas were in different colors.
Nah, it's these Jones.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Cell.
know
Hey,
those, but
Cell.
The
Cell
One
was
Piece
fire.
Pumas were in different colors.
Yeah.
But they all had the classic skater style.
Hey,
And
bro,
they're
they came with
basically
charms too.
the four emperors.
They came with little chibi charms.
Nah, they just mashed them up for that.
Oh, okay.
To
That would have
show
been
which
fire
one is
though.
which.
That would have been fire for real.
Goku is fire. They're all fire. I like the
Oh,
blue.
look at the
one.
Shinron. Look at this. Hey, who the gold and black ones down there?
I don't know what that one is.
Let me see over here. Hold on. Oh, I see. I see it. I pulled it up on Google. The gold and black ones is that gold
Porunga?
dragon. Huh?
Well, that looks
No,
like Porunga.
No, Porunga is the fucking
The Gold Dragon Super Shenrons.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Super Shenron. Yeah.
yeah, Super Shenron. Yeah. That's that multiversal the Dragon Ball dragon.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. That's fire though. I ain't gonna stunt. The Frieza's kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie. But the
But then
Gohan,
there's also
harder. I like that.
there's also what's that shit called?
See, that's the type of shit I'd buy even as a dad. Like I'm not gonna buy no regular ass fucking, I'm not gonna spend a bunch
You can,
of money for a regular ass Adidas.
incorporate that shit together. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Mix it all together, then you got like
This
swag dad
nerd ass
nerd shit.
swag. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it's
I'm
fucking,
I'm the type of dad that's gonna dress my kid up in cosplay and go to fucking conventions.
That's what my brother does.
yeah.
See? I'm doing it. People talking about, oh, is your baby gonna be in a manger for Christmas? What? No.
What?
I'm gonna bring my baby inside of a goddamn super a fucking Saiyan capsule. I'm gonna push that bitch in on a dolly.
See, there you go. Then you got
Like-
Chalkline. They're doing nerd stuff right now. They got a spider. Yo, this
Who?
Spider-Man jacket is fire. What?
Who?
Chalkline.
Rockline Spider-Man.
CHALK hyphen line.
I see it. Chalkline Apparel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the comic. Oh, that's the comic Spider-Man. That's the fucking 80s and that's the 90s
Hold up.
Spider-Man.
Is that a fucking Doctor Doom Sherpa jacket? Hold up.
What? Hey, this is fucking fire. This Spider-Man. Bro, look at the Venom.
Yo, their Marvel collection is ridiculous.
Ooh. Yo, look at the death of Spider-Man with Venom. Man, he even got the fucking bloody claws. Oh,
Did Luke
yeah.
fall asleep?
Nah, I'm playing League.
You playing League?
Yeah.
You
Yo,
horrible
that
piece of
Spider-Man
shit.
2 jacket is
Why you
crazy.
didn't tell me?
I don't know.
He said, I don't know.
Hey, they got boxers. They got boxers and everything. I like, ooh.
Got ball shorts.
Oh, boy, I just seen the Doctor Doom fucking Sherpa jacket. Oh, boy.
See, you can wear shit like that too.
Fuck yeah.
Where it's swaggy, but it's nerd shit.
Man, I'll buy that Doctor Doom and I'd be like, look, this for my boy MF Doom.
Hey, I need that Venom Sherpa jacket. That shit is amazing.
I don't see the Venom Sherpa jacket yet.
Yeah,
Hey, Pop said, also check the TMNT Pumas.
Let me see. Let me go check those out. Now we just talking about gear and shit.
Again, this is like anything like One Piece, Dragon Ball. Like I'm on it because it all factors into like the card game and all of that stuff, and like how fast the stuff sells out. Like the Lakers just put out. Lakers actually just did a One Piece collab yesterday, and now they're going to be putting out a T-shirt along with like their tickets or something like that.
Oh, ain't that because of
Boston
ain't
Red
that because
Sox
ain't that because the
did a
old
One
boy that
Piece
came
collab.
to his he came to they photo shoot. He had an iced out fucking One Piece chain. That shit was
Wait, what?
fire. That shit was fire, dog. When I tell you, man, look, I saw that iced out One Piece chain. Then he had it with the big links with the devil fucking fruit iced out all around it too. Man, I was like, that's cold as
Yo,
fuck.
these are crazy.
That was
yeah,
cold as fuck.
You see the did you see the Boston Red Sox jersey shirt thing that they're giving away for like certain ticket holders? It's a Boston Red Sox One Piece collaboration.
Hey, I'm still hung up on this X-Men Magneto battle.
Listen, I like
Harrington
One Piece,
jacket.
but I hate the Red Sox. I can't do it.
God damn.
I can't. I'm a Yankees fan. No. It's fire. It's dope as hell. It's so weird how shit like that has gotten like mainstream.
It's so
You
cool.
would never-
Red Sox Straw Hat Crew.
You would
It's kinda
never
cool.
in our time as children ever see like any sort of anime in collaboration with a major professional sports
Yeah.
organization ever. Never,
Yeah.
ever, never.
Because mainstream wise, it was not accepted at all. It's the
You know
same
how
way.
fire
The same way back in the day when like Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons wasn't like mainstreamly accepted by people.
Oh, you know how fire it would have been when we were kids if there was a Jordan X Dragon Ball collab while Jordan was still playing?
Boy.
First off, people would have beat you up at school just to take them Johns.
Yeah, facts.
Like straight up, just to hide.
Hey, you know what I just thought about? Hey, stick with me. Hear me out, right? Hear me out. Shaquille O'Neal collabing with Black superhero gear like Static Shock and Black Lightning. Come on now.
That would be dope.
Yes, bro. Imagine why he was still playing. Like, bro, man, imagine why he was still playing, and he pop out on the field with Static.
First off, it
Shock
wasn't an
gear on.
Eagles jersey; it was an Eagles shirt. And I never had a problem with the Eagles. I had a problem with the Patriots and the Cowboys, mainly the Patriots.
Having a problem with the Cowboys as a Jets fan is a sin.
I more so had a problem with the Patriots. I don't really care about the Cowboys. Patriots.
I'm cool with you know, cheering for the Eagles or deciding the Eagles is your team or whatever. Because obviously, all Jets fans go somewhere else. The Jets is kind of my secondary team. Like, if I ever played a football game, it was either the Cowboys or the Jets. But like,
we've gotten our asses handed to us for way too damn long, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes sense, especially like I don't like the owner. I don't like the owner of the Cowboys. I'm not completely comfortable with, you know, having to deal with those decisions all the time. And so, you know,
I can't say shit. I'm a grown ass man, and I don't even like sports like that.
But that's how I feel about.
You just don't like sports like that.
That's fine. But
I don't know. I be hearing hate from like certain people. They be like, "Oh, you're grown. You're a grown man, a black man. You don't even like football or basketball." Like, I don't really care about none of that shit.
Who says that?
None of that.
That's
shit.
your business.
Like when I be going to like bars and like or like shoot pool, and they used to be like, "Hey, what you think about?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't really follow them like that,
bro.
Like,
I've never had somebody say some shit like that to me.
I think it's because
that's some gay shit.
I think it's because I live in a college town. That might be what it is. Like, it's just like, I think that's like they're just really big on sports.
Well, if you live in a college town, they're all following college sports. I don't follow college sports at all, so
I don't follow none of it. Period. Point blank.
If Rutgers is doing something sports wise, cool, cause Jersey, but like I don't give a shit about no damn college sports. Don't care about none of that shit.
Yeah, I don't
be one of these. I don't be one of these dudes that be like,
oh, APOC, let's be real. APOC, how often has your team not been trash? Just because they won 2 Super Bowls does not mean that they were not trash. Because even the season that they won the Super Bowl, yeah, they had a winning record, but they barely got to the playoffs that year. If I remember correctly,
damn,
Mm.
they kind of struggled through that.
Double homicide.
Ain't there something?
He said your team trash, bro. Buns. I'm sorry.
Wait, how are you still talking to APOC? Wait, are we still live?
Still in chat? Yes, I've been said that.
How long ago?
Is Luna asleep?
I think he passed out.
Yo, I was about to start vaping like real quick too.
No.
Like, I was just gonna do it. I'm so glad I didn't.
Yeah, please
I'm
don't.
so glad.
Please don't.
Yo. I've been staring at it like I'm fiending right now.
Nah, that's wild though. Like, homie fell asleep.
He straight fell asleep. Our productions manager is taking a little snooze.
No technical difficulties, no nothing. Did you call his phone?
I
think he called.
did.
Oh, I think he's talking to him. I think he's talking to him. It's all right. It's all right. Y'all got
You got the post show.
post show. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is the post show. Oh, speaking of which, yo, so Hustle, like I said earlier, bro, I've been spending like the last 3 weeks on my PS5. Like I haven't really been on my computer like that really much. And dog, I have been playing the shit out of Wuthering Waves because I didn't know that they released it on the PS5 store, like the PlayStation store. I didn't know that.
ZZZ.
What, Zenless Zone Zero?
Yeah.
I tried it out. And like I didn't really.
I like.
I don't know. I just didn't vibe with it as hard as I thought it
game,
would.
I like that
Because
one.
Zenless Zone Zero is actually slower paced than Wuwa. So Zenless Zone Zero
That might be
has
what it
a lot of whatchamacallit, like going through a little thing. You don't just go from fight to fight. It's not fully action packed. It's more story oriented. Whereas Wuthering Waves has that story, but it also has that ability for you to just go out and kind of just rock with whatever.
That's the one thing I don't like about
I
Wuthering
don't know
Waves.
shit about
That's
the
the one
story.
thing I don't like about Wuthering Waves.
Is that it's not as deep of a story?
No, not since I hop back on it. Like it does. I accidentally opened up Act 2. I kind of just I untrack it. So I make sure I don't go on that side of the world and start doing it. Their scenes are so long. Okay, their scenes are so long. I really be trying not to skip through it to get back.
I mean, I've been playing Tribe 9 lately, so you know.
Then you understand long ass scenes, bro.
That baseball scene definitely, did a thing.
3 damn minutes long.
Oh, I know.
Tribe 9, in the beginning of the game, you have like a mandatory baseball game that you have to play, and it's kind of long. You know what I'm saying?
And you can't in some scenes in Wuthering Waves, you can't skip. Like you can skip most of your dialogue scenes, but some of those things you can't skip. I'm holding start. I'm pressing L1. I'm just like, dog. Like, get me through this. Like, the cinema, it looks great. Don't get me wrong. The little action move, the graphic, it looks great. I love your little, dependent. Get me the fuck out this so I can fight. All right.
I had to remember what the fuck Tribe 9 was. I was like, what the fuck is he playing? What is this Tribe 9 shit?
I didn't play it. I'm still debating on trying to get I'm debating on myself if I'm gonna go get a pro, but at the same time I'm like, I don't.
Tribe 9 is a brand new game, just came out this week, and it's available on mobile and it's available on Steam, and it's not bad. It got quite a few bad reviews because it was a Japanese gacha game, but it's actually kind of, the way that it plays is like a 2D style, like Octopath Traveler. And then when you go into combat, it goes into like an arena kind of combat type of thing. So it'll be 3D arena style, like nice graphics, and then the cutscenes actually have really good graphics as well. They don't just
that sounds pretty fun.
2D pixel. So
that sounds pretty fun.
Again, it's free. It's on Steam. They fixed some of the monetization issues that they were having the first couple of days, where that was causing everybody to have give it bad reviews, because they were like, oh, you don't get premium currency from anything, and the game is just feels predatory because it's a gacha game and they don't really give you any premium currency. So now they actually give you premium currency from doing like your daily missions and finding the graffitis, and like you can just get that premium currency a little bit. So
I ain't gonna lie, what is free that I just started trying off the grid.
You're a little late there, ain't you?
Hey, look, like I said, after I got off the boats and I really like been able to sit down with my kid or sit down and game, and I started looking at the store, bro, I put some time in the off the grid and it's pretty doggone fun. I ain't even gonna lie. It is pretty
how's
fun.
the apartment thing that you're supposed to be doing or whatever?
What switching?
All
What,
right,
moving
A-Pop.
apartments?
Later.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it for now because this situation is kind of it's fine. I'm probably no I told her I might think about doing it like towards the end of the year
Mm-hmm.
at the earliest. Honestly, I don't really necessarily need more space right now. She's a newborn. I don't necessarily need more space. Now, I did tell her if I do need to move closer to my job, then yeah, we can go ahead and just boop pop out. But unless I have like an actual necessity for needing to do something, I don't really do it because it's not my daily process isn't messed up.